Right in the South man. Charges on the beat. To get your information. To the spoon to be part of our discussion. Spoon television. Spoon radio station. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Monrovia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa. Just to spoon, you will know. If the children crying for starvation, just to spoon. You want to get a news update, my brother, to spoon. You want to know what is happening in Monrovia, to spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just to spoon. You want to know what's happening in the ministry, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. You from Funjama, Maryland, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. If you eat my grandchildren, my brother, to spoon. You got a spoon TV, you got a spoon radio, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. Yeah, Rastafari. Kilibamba, kilibamba, kilibamba. Kilibamba, kilibamba, kilibamba. What I want? Yes, what you got today? School TV. Yes, what you got today? School TV. Yes, sir. A special one from the CEO, Stanton with the spoon. And your boy, right in the South man. Charges on the beat. To the spoon to get your information. To the spoon to be part of our discussion. Spoon television. Spoon radio station. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Monrovia.
Okay, folks, time check here in Liberia, 4 minutes after 8 p.m. Today is the 4th day of May, 2023. And this is how I love to welcome you to another splendid edition of Spoon Talk, your premier nighttime radio talk show here in Liberia. My name is Diamond Slanger, and I'm producing here from Liberia. And James Good, the Flomo, and the rest of the guys will definitely join in. By the matter of fact, James is already here. Good evening to you, Mr. Flomo. How are you, sir?
Good evening, Diamond Slanger. How do you do?
How do you do?
I'm great. What about you?
I'm doing pretty well. I'm doing really, really well, James. Yeah.
All right. Thank God. All right. I think we will have to. Oh, okay.
Yeah, go ahead. My camera. I'm trying to
start up.
Give yourself a solo mode so that I can adjust my camera. It's gonna blur.
All right. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm giving it to you. All right, folks. Good evening to all of you, and a pleasant welcome to another edition of the nation's most talked about platform. That's Spoon Talk. Okay, welcome back, Chief. So tonight is going to be another fascinating edition. The entire crew will be joining us very soon. So Damo, is over to you.
Yeah, so I want to kickstart my presentation by wishing the former CEO Emeritus and founder of the Spoon Network Incorporated, Mr. Stanton Alexander Witherspoon Sr., a happy birthday. Do hope and pray that he's having a wonderful day, and I wish him all of the best as well. Yeah. So I know you turning the mantle over to me to update you and the rest of the folks following us on some developments in Liberia. Somebody is complaining. Sharon Mohamdi is complaining that there's no sound. James, are you getting the sound from your end?
Yeah, I'm getting you very clear, very loud.
Yeah. So she needs to check her device as well. All right.
Yeah.
So a lot of things happening in the country. The president departed Liberia on Tuesday, and he arrived in the UK on today. You know, he arrived in the UK on today. As we are aware, the president is in the United Kingdom, to be precise, London, the capital of the United Kingdom, for the coronation ceremony of King Charles III. You know, but when the executive mansion posted the story that the president arrived today, if you're reading through the comments, there were questions as to how come the president departed on Tuesday, you know, for the UK, which on average is 6 to 8 hours. And
It's,
the president
six,
did take
I
a,
think six
yeah,
hour 25 or
6 hours there.
30 minutes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the president did take a private jet. So what caused the delay of 2 days? You know, where did he have a layover or a stopover, if you want to put it that way? Whether or not, you
It
know,
stop. Mhm.
stop where?
No, then I'm more you. Yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead. If you know something we don't know, because
I come in.
it's
I doing
our
something
president
here.
and we need to know what's going on.
I doing something.
Yeah.
Right.
So, but the president arrived safely, by the way. He's now in London. There, he'll be attending the coronation. There's also, you know, some outcry as to why is the president going days ahead, you know, of this coronation ceremony. You know, why is he going days ahead? The ceremony is slated for Saturday. But the president is. Others will say, yeah, diplomatically, the president needs to have meetings, you know, and some other talks on the margins of the coronation ceremony. You know, he's got other things to do to bring goodies back to Liberia. But the good news is he has arrived, you know, safely there in the United Kingdom. Whether it took 2 days or 2 hours or 6 days layover, the president, you know, has arrived safely. That's the news. So still with the president, the Supreme Court of Liberia has upheld Executive Order 117. That's Executive Order 117 that the president did pass, that demanded on and called on all government officials, appointed officials who have got a desire to contest the upcoming October 10 polls to resign their respective positions. You know, the president did give a deadline, and many of those officials, if not all of them, did adhere to that particular deadline. But the EFFL, the Economic Freedom Fighters of Liberia, did take a petition to the Supreme Court that the court should put a halt on the implementation of this Executive Order 117. But Judge Yemin Kwekwe Beze, who's the presiding judge in Chamber, did, you know, deny that petition for the halting of the execution of executive orders. The justice in Chamber said the president's order is bringing integrity to the October 10 polls. So he denied that particular petition. On another sad note, James, a 28-year-old man is alleged or is said to have committed suicide in the new Fanti Town community there in Buchanan, Grand Bassa County. You know, why he did so, if he did commit suicide, why did he do so? Eyewitnesses alike have not been able to give us his state of mind at the time, but he was found in an unfinished building, you know, dangling from a stick with rope around his neck. But the police there in Grand Bassa County, they've launched an investigation to know whether his cause of death was actually suicide or it was, you know, homicide, staged as suicide as well. So that's the news from Grand Bassa. Still in Grand Bassa though, 3 young boys, and this is something that is becoming a wave that we really need to look at in Liberia. 3 young boys, after what happened on Monday behind the executive, the Invincible Pack, where Spider, as he's popularly known in Liberia, his son was stabbed to death by multiple teenagers believed to be gang members. In Grand Bassa County, 3 teenagers stabbed another to death at a wake. after they had a confusion or a scuffle. So the three of them then ensued to stab their late friend to death. They've been arrested, thankfully, and they will definitely face the full weight of the law. So today I took a tour to the Bali Island community, not the island itself. I didn't get to reach on the island, but the battery factory, community, where the Bali Island access road project is said to be ongoing. Went there because we got multiple reports that that project had halted. It has come to a grinding halt or to a standstill. So went there to do our own fact finding, and yes, it's true. The Bali Island Access Road project has ground to a halt. We need the Ministry of Public Works because the funds for that road, if you look at the signboard erected there, the funds for that road is coming from the National Road Fund of Liberia. It's a 3.34 kilometers road. It is not the Bali Island road. No, we need to get that straight. Is the access road from battery factory that will stop right at the water edge. Then whatever road construction or bridge that will be constructed is this road now they will use to take materials and everything to construct the Bali Island road proper. But the project has come to a standstill, James. We did speak to some community dwellers. The time frame as of when this project came to a grinding halt ranges from 1 month to 4 months. According to some community dwellers, after the president made that pronouncement during his sonar that the Bali Island Road project, the access road project is ongoing, a week after, the project came to a halt. The base, usually these construction companies will establish a base camp where they'll keep their materials and their machinery and everything. That entire place has been deserted. All you will see is just maybe 2 blades or 3 blades or 1 or 2 truckloads of crush racks and sand still there, but not a single piece of machinery on the road. We want the Ministry of Public Works. I'll be making a trip there tomorrow as well to see if we can have a conversation with the minister, or the Ministry of Public Works can even release a statement to let us know why that particular road has come to a grinding halt. According to some community dwellers, the company, before leaving, the company is called Koijee, Qijoe Construction Company. You see signage there in Chinese, so I'm guessing they are a Chinese company. According to community dwellers, the company, before departing or picking up their equipment to leave, said the government owes them money for the second phase. So if you look at our road project, they've used crush racks and everything to build the base. They've done the compacting of the crush racks and everything. That area is a swampy area. So you need to have a serious crush rack base, to serve as a barrier or a drain for the water not to come all the way to the top before you start to do the base and everything. So the people said the company, before departing, had a meeting with them in their compound and told them that the government owes them money for the second phase of this construction project. And if the government can pay, since the government hasn't delivered, they took that machinery to go to bombing. That again is coming from community dwellers, multiple sources, but it doesn't mean it's confirmed. So we want the Ministry of Public Works, and tomorrow again I'll be making an inquiry to come up and let us know what is the holdup in the Bali Island Access Road project. What has caused that particular project to come to a grinding halt, James? So these are some of the stories I just want to share with you. And lastly, to end, a group under the banner University Lecturers of Liberia have pledged their support to JMB. So the book people, those that are impacting knowledge at the tertiary level, have said they do support the presidential bid of the standard bearer of the United Party. According to them, their group is made up of not only lecturers, but professional people, doctors, and the rest. And they've pledged their support to his bid. You have a lot of other stories to share with us. But I want to say a pre-birthday to Madam Testimony Ebony Doga. Tomorrow is your birthday. Tomorrow is my father's birthday as well. I want to say, Bobby,
you not sent to birthday treatment.
No, but when people are there for you, especially ardent followers of the network, when their birthdays come, you need to show them that they are appreciated, James. This lady has been following us throughout from day one.
I'll be writing the name down.
I already done. So pre-birthday to you, Testimony. Don't mind, James. I enjoy your day. Look like you got some bad blood or something because I mention your name.
Who? What person name?
I know you'll figure it out yourself.
Until I hear the name, but I can't remember knowing that person. When I hear the name, maybe
no problem. No comment, and you'll know from the comment. So that's what I have to share with you, bro.
All right. Okay. We see the CEO in the back, and Dama, where you going?
I read that. Do your thing. Yeah.
Okay. Well, folks, that is it. Damon Slanger is here, and the rest of the team will be joining us. You listen to update coming from Liberia, and one of the last update that came out that came out. I think that Damon was getting prepared to bring the show to you. That has to do with the Monrovia City government, or the Monrovia City mayor's news conference. He had a news conference, and I know the team will talk about that. There were allegations coming out from that press conference, ranging from the case regarding uh, the former Chief Justice to his city police commander. So the team will talk about that because the news conference was about some of them on the show. Minister Fagon was accused. The CEO was also accused. Councillor Vradia was also accused. And they play an audio. I listened to a portion of it. So the team will definitely talk about that. They will come on and address it. So we listened to it. And in that news conference, they also promised to issue lawsuits against those who they think that are, doing everything to tarnish the reputation of the Monrovia City mayor. So his lawyer, Councillor Arthur Johnson, promised that they will not only take legal actions in Liberia, but they will also extend it to America. And at that time, I was on my way coming home. I listened to a portion of it. So yes, that happened at the end of the day. Yes, Diamond.
I did listen and I did follow. The reason I cleverly passed over that is the fact that the panelists are definitely going to dissect that in its entirety. They are definitely going to go to 9 yards. So, yep, allegations have been made. Audio tapes have been allegedly, audio tapes allegedly containing the voices of people. We in a digital age. A lot of things can be done with computers and a lot of things can be done creatively. I'm not going to speak to the authenticity of those audio clips. That's what I said. Those who have been named, those who will have to handle the matter, they are definitely going to speak to that particular issue. But lines have been drawn, allegations have been leveled against people, and people will have to speak to those allegations as well.
And definitely they will. And I saw several of my friends on Facebook, saying, "Oh, Jefferson Koijee, mention your name." They forced me. I had to go and listen to Koijee's portion just to confirm whether he really called my name. And I listened. He did not call my name. He did not accuse me. So I have no reply. Those who were accused, they will come on and speak. Whether the allegation against them is real or not, they will speak for themselves. Minister Falcon will speak. He's a man who can hold back his thought. The CEO, who is also celebrating his birthday, if they see it necessary, they will reply anytime they want to. So my hands are clean from there. I have nothing to do with it. Okay, so if Koijee call my name and tell me something, then I will reply to it. Yeah, so Damo, that is it. I saw the birthday man in the back. I don't know. He will come back. Somebody asked me what I'm afraid. What should I be afraid? Is that you just knowing me, huh? You just saw my name today. I'm looking at somebody who can be afraid. Big yeah. Somebody, if you think no son, you will have to restart your device because everyone here is getting us clear. So Damo, I think we can begin. We can begin with that Bali Island. I wanted to ask you several questions. We can begin with it because I saw you there today, and I follow you a little bit because I really needed to go out and get sunlight. We are nearing summer now. We're almost there. It's not like what we used to be afraid of in Liberia, but when we see it, we can be happy that LEC that can.
That is the change of environment everywhere.
Yeah, Jada LEC, the way we can be celebrating
However,
LEC in Liberia. So today I had to travel all the way to the city center just to go sit there a little bit to get a few sunlight. So the last time I listened to President Weah, I was in Liberia. He talked about building that island.
mhm.
Where are we? Let's forget about the road. Has the president started that particular project? Because it was celebrated throughout Liberia.
Well, actual work on Bali Island itself has not started. That's a fact. The president in 2018 did visit the Bali Island, and that was when the project, was born, and we were told that the Indians had expressed interest in constructing the Mohammed Gandhi Conference Center that is going to have a 5,000 sitting capacity, and to
Yeah.
transform Bali Island into, a sort of modern, city center within the city. Yeah. But up to
Mhm.
now, that project has not kicked off. We've not seen any load of sand or anything. But the issue with Bali Island is you must have access to the island. You must construct
Oh.
a bridge. That is why this access road is pivotal. And look,
Oh.
we need to know in Liberia that modern development brings a lot of income. If you have
Yeah.
a place like Bali Island that is developed, whether you have office spaces, whether you have a conference center, whether you have a modern area, like we see in other countries, it's going to attract high-end investors. And it's going to be an activity that will the economic benefits will definitely spill over, not just with the battery factory community and its surroundings, but all over the country. People are going to benefit directly or indirectly. So we haven't seen any work done on the Bali Island, but the access road, there has been some work done. If you go there, you see that crushed rocks have been laid, compacted and all that. And some part of the road as well, as we created and compacted and all that. But when you look at it on a percentage basis, using my own, skill, the work there that has been done is somewhat like 20-25% on that access road. Yeah. But it has now reached Bali Island itself. Yeah.
Okay. So, Mini Joey,
Dama, don't say nothing about birthday business here. Don't do that.
But you
We're
just
not
mentioned
talking.
birthday again.
No, we're not talking about birthday. Let's talk about Bali Island. Don't say
Yeah.
nothing about birthday.
I
so
don't say
Mini
nothing.
Huh?
I don't say anything.
Damo
Oh,
that a new birthday, man.
Whatever you want to call it, James.
Make it go on Facebook and be taking people that need for that.
Oh.
Happy birthday, oh.
No.
Eh? Majority that with me, oh.
oh, Dama.
They
Majority
see
that
you like
women.
woman. They see you like woman.
We're talking about the CEO.
Oh, but you just said they see you like woman.
I said majority.
Ah,
About 90% are women, 10% are men.
100% all of what now?
Well, man,
Let's watch and see.
but it's
tomorrow.
not bad. It's not bad that the man should, the man wishing people happy birthday. It's okay.
Mm.
It's a good thing. Nothing wrong with that. Unlike you, James, that you won't do it though.
No,
You
I can
just-
wish people happy birthday.
Oh, well.
But
But man, what's
today-
going on with Bali Island? You were on the island, but there was no sound, Dama. There was no sound. Your microphone had problem.
Yeah, we had some technical issues, those things. We took 2 sets of mics, but still we experienced technical issues with both sets. So
You
But we're
took
able
the new one. The new one that you guys received, that one is better though. Have you tried
yeah,
it?
we,
It's
we,
far for them.
yeah, we took 1 set of that, and what we had previously, we took another set. But again,
Okay.
you can't be too prepared. Things still do happen. Some of those things happen, But we're prepared technically, but that just happened, by the way.
So are you guys traveling to the various counties to observe the voter registration?
Yeah, we have that in the boilers. It's left for us to depart, but the Spoon Network is definitely going to be in other counties to make sure we observe the ongoing BVR, especially Lofa and Nimba, where we've gotten
Yeah,
reports
that's a
from
problem.
the
Yeah.
Unity Party that there seems to be a systematic, display of making sure that limited people are registered. They're saying it's something intentional that the NEC, they're accusing the NEC of taking 40 machines to those counties so that by the time the process is over, the number of persons registered as voters in those counties, especially those counties that are known to be, especially Lofa, that is known to be a UP, stronghold, you have a limited number of people. So we want to go there to substantiate, not just to just listen to what politicians are saying, but to be able to get on the ground and get a feel and a see of what is actually unfolding. So NEC said they will respond to that in 24 hours. So we're waiting, but we're not waiting on NEC to respond. We want to go there.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, are you waiting for NEC to respond before you go there? You should be. I heard that you guys, I heard that you and your team should be there maybe tomorrow or early part of next week. Because I think it's important. It's important that you guys do these things. But again, what are the political parties doing? Now, Unity Party went ahead and filed a complaint. Then what? Then? You file a complaint.
Yeah, you must file a complaint for an issue to be raised in the first place. And it must be official as well. So you can't just sit on the radio as a political party and just make claims and allegations. You must have the formal complaint sent to the NEC. Then they are going to use their internal mechanism, that is their investigative, machinery that they have, to make sure whether or not what you're saying is actually happening. If it's happening, on what scale is it happening? Is it happening on a very large scale, or is it something that is just happening to one or two machines that they can easily, go about replacing to get
I also heard, not to interrupt you though, I also heard folks in Nima County that spoke with a couple of them. They closed early. So instead of them leaving 4 or 5 o'clock, these guys leave 2 o'clock and tell people, say, and there's a video I received, or one of the old men came from his farm, and he was so angry. And he said that I'm not coming back to register to vote because it took me 2 hours just to get here. And you guys going to turn us down. It's not even 4 p.m. yet. So these things are happening. This was in Nimba County. So it's happening. I hope you guys go and check it out because the people need the information.
That's what we want to do, especially when it comes to investigative journalism. You just don't sit in your office and just rely on information that you get, though you have sources and all that, but you need to go and check, double check and triple check what's happening. So going on the ground is what we intend doing. As always, we've gotten the full support of from the network, and we are definitely going to do that. And again, some of these things can be propaganda, they can be planned, they can be acted out. If you sit in your office and you don't go there to see what's happening, you believe what you see. Social media is going to play a very pivotal role in this year's election, because you have a lot of Liberians that are now subscribers to the various social media outlets, and people are going to put out information that some might be intentionally cooked.
Right.
To play on the mind and the intelligence, because if somebody believes what they see, they are definitely going to indoctrinate others as well. And if you don't authenticate these things, you also be running with fake information as well. So we want to go out there and see what's happening and give our own first-hand account as to what we've seen, what we've documented, and what we can say it is.
So do you think that Unity Party have some proof? They have some evidence because they did file the first complaint. Do you think they have something that they can base the argument on?
The party, from the last time I checked, they have a very large chunk of observers in Lofa and Nimba, and these observers will definitely relay whatever findings that they have from their various centers as well. So if their observers are able to give them evidence to the fact, machines do malfunction sometimes. We did see machines malfunctioning in Monrovia during the phase 1 of the BVR process. We did see some machines malfunctioning. We did see some centers opening, early, some centers opening late, and some centers closing early. So if they, as their observers employed by the Unity Party, can present pieces of evidence to their party hierarchy, and they can use it to show to the NEC, then NEC will have to investigate taking these pieces of evidence into consideration. So I cannot say, all right, like Unity Party do not have evidence, and I cannot say they have substantial evidence as well. But they know what their claims are, and they file those claims to the NEC.
Well, we have James. What are you hearing from your end? Because you guys going to hang with us.
Yeah,
we're going to be moderating the show, and then before we turn over to Fagon, what are you hearing, James?
Yes, today I also received a message from a citizen in Tapeta district, where he said five centers are currently down in Tapeta district, and the reason he gave has to do with the lack of NEC materials for them to do their jobs. So 5 centers in Tapeta, according to him, are currently down. So meaning those 5 centers in Tapeta district, the citizens will not or are not registering. They are not going through the process due to the lack of sufficient material for them. In fact, he said totally they don't have any material to work with. So they just have to sit. They've been sitting for a couple of days now. Headquarters is
But tell
yet
the
to.
folks, Tapeta is in which county though?
It's in Nimba County.
It's in
Tapeta.
Nimba.
Yeah,
It's
Tapeta
in Nimba.
district, where we have Jackson Evdo Hospital.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Wow.
so
But
we
James, you
hope
have
NEC
your
will be able to supply them with materials so they can continue their work, because this is number day. The days are numbered. When the time is over, NEC is not going to extend. There will be no extension.
thank you
According
very much, guys. Thank you. What I mean, anything else? You guys have anything going on in the country, or just a quiet country for now?
We talked about it. The only development now and the most trending issue has to do with the allegation against you, Minister Fagon, the councillor, and so forth, coming from the city government.
Oh, we got something against us. I
I'm
know about that.
putting a rune in see the thing.
Well, Mama,
That's
today's my
right.
birthday.
Go watch it.
Mama,
But what did
Jama,
they say now? Y'all preach
And the mayor said purposely he did it because today is your birthday.
Oh,
It is
he
your
said
A
day.
that?
birthday gift.
Yeah.
A
He
birthday
said
gift.
your birthday gift.
You know, let me say something. Oh, I like
Thank you.
Jefferson.
Birthday
Let me
gift.
say this. Let me say this. I like Jefferson Koijee. Okay, he's a young man. But, guys, we'll wait for the crowd to join us. The mayor, I think he was in error today. He and Arthur Johnson, they shouldn't have done it. The people in Liberia, we Liberians, especially the crew people, say, hey, I don't know how to say it, but let me say in the English way, Fadika, and my mom will get fair with me. Yeah. If anybody can speak, crew, help me. They say, talk, bring talk. Talk, bring talk. They see when they say the door that carry boom, bring boom. The crew people say, talk, bring talk. Jefferson Koijee.
What are you doing?
Today?
In Loma, we say Zepa Yamaga Zepe.
Yes.
Zepa Yamaga
Zepa. But you know, though, you know, I would tell the Liberian people that my birthday, I want to be in my best mood today. But Jefferson Koijee. Amen.
Amen, Biggie. We try to save the nation.
Jefferson Koijee shouldn't have done what he did today for Dika.
I listen to the thing. The thing had no substance. It just create more questions.
But then the people have opened the whole. They're not opening the whole Pandora box.
And
Because you see, yeah. Megan to but today man will talk.
now you're making to all.
Wait, I didn't know about the Megan also.
Please
I didn't know about the Megan also.
I'm coming. 1 minute. The journalist asked Koijee, you said the city police director went to America on a duty. Where is he? He like started to talk the matter where he want him to be. I don't know whether he will come out of this.
You know the funny part of the video.
He can't tell the people whether the man went there to work for him, but he can't tell the people what the man went to do, but he there. I don't know whether he will come back because they took the man to a different place.
Let me tell you something.
But you see, if you know
ahead,
you took the man to a different place to debriefing,
Yeah.
then you send somebody to carry the man phone and you are using the man to record. You don't know what Stanton said? The dog that can carry boom, that dog can bring boom.
Zipper, I got zipper.
No, but it was
Zipper,
clear.
yeah,
That parable
zipper.
make a lot of sense because this guy apparently nobody calling. He keep asking for help. That's the whole thing that I gathered from the video. Yes, some gentlemen that came to America and asking for help. Even the one that I thought would have been damaging from Counselor Vordia, it just seemed like a counselor telling you how you can get your asylum and how you need to frame your
we
story.
play it.
I
We
said,
play it.
wait, I get a man letter that he wrote.
Well,
first.
look, and then the thing is, all the other people were
Send
more
a letter to
audible than
James.
this guy.
I get
Send
a
a
man
letter
letter
to
that he
James.
wrote first. Then I had to edit the letter and
But let me-
change the letter.
Fagon.
But Zeppa,
I was not there,
Play
but
that.
I just
Listen,
figured what was happening.
Play Megan talk or Dama play Megan talk. Play the music.
You go call Glorious Scott.
Usually you keep going off and coming, or you need to check your audio.
No, Eugene is good. That your stuff you get. Everybody can hear Eugene well, my brother.
Oh, you sure?
Start going to the data store and be buying the thing from data store, my man.
No, a new computer, yeah.
Go to Best Buy.
Put your volume up.
Dama, you got it?
My man, y'all see my new chair. Nobody can praise me, sir.
But move from there, remember. You people finish buying that chair for you come to here to come on your mouth. You people that buy a new chair and make you happy.
You
But
people
man.
get look.
I mean, my birthday year. Oh, don't do that thing here. Oh. You people that buy you chair. Dama, you got it? You got it?
Yeah, I got it, but it's on this PC. It's not going to be
So,
patched.
but listen, Fadiga, my problem is not a. Oh God, what's that? Close the door, please. Don't let your mommy know that. Close the door. Close it better. If you try to space me, man.
So see you. Let me share the screen, and then that's the only way it will be able to play. Yeah.
I mean, we're close the door now. All right.
You see the beginning, they can be speaking zero. I'm going back home. What about it? You know, brother.
I tell you, close the door. He said, I'm gonna wait till he get back out. But I tell you, man. But I would say this though. If Jefferson Temba Koijee only knew what is about to happen today on Spoon Talk, he would not do what he did. But man, if you get it on audio, play on audio, put it one down by.
It wouldn't come through because the audio wouldn't go through. I'm playing from the
play
same.
that. Play.
Megan talk off. Megan talk off. Yeah, sometimes. Yeah. Hey man, Megan talk off. Yeah, Megan talk off. Megan talk off. Walk up, Megan talk off. Megan talk off.
Switch it up, baby.
Hey, Megan talk off. Megan talk off. Hey man, Megan talk off. Walk up, Megan talk off. Megan talk off. Yeah. Megan talk off. Megan talk off. Hey man, Megan talk off. Walk up, Megan talk off. Megan talk off.
Let me read for you. Read. Let me read for you. Read for you.
Put it down. I don't know whether it's copyright. They copyright now. Anything get copyright now?
No copyright.
Oh, okay.
No
But
copyright.
listen, it's true that. But today we'll talk all. Today, we have to talk all.
You'll leave on that for Monday.
No,
Okay.
we can't talk. Oh, we're talking there for 1 month straight. Because we'll be talking there.
You don't want to talk all.
Hey.
Then I will leave the show because if I stay on the show, I will talk all.
Okay,
Then I will leave the show.
I will control you. Don't leave. I will control you.
Because if you not start at your tabata, you don't want us to say exactly what they Thomas Picking say, what the Thomas Picking brought to us when he was eating the people food, the information he talked about Jefferson Koijee, having sex with somebody, he get a naked video, the information that he talked about every other thing that we have, you want us to say that he said, I'm going to hold on. I don't hold on for tomorrow. I don't know what my tomorrow will bring.
Don't bring us now.
Okay, but y'all go ahead. Y'all do it.
Bring the team outside. We gotta bring
Wait, Azebe 1, Azebe 2, Azebe 3.
My man, when I went to my journalism school, the people that tell me about Zebe. I do nothing to call Zebe. You can't say that Jefferson, you don't know what they're picking, sharing in America yet about you and MCC. You don't know. You don't know the information that he have given to a lot of people, and including us. You don't know. You don't know the armed document from Israel that you took to the port, the document, the receipt. You don't know. You don't know that you are having sex with somebody at the MCC compound and you are being recorded. You don't know that we get that one. You, Jefferson Koijee, you didn't know exactly that the arm that you send people to take from the Peking, you gave to Valley Tere. You don't know. I will list one for Eugene Fagon to continue because we were setting our mind our business. You muted. We were setting our mind our business. When you call this Peking, when he was under the sycamore tree at CDC headquarters, Jefferson, let me remind you, you were at Invisible Park, and you call him that night and say we must go. We get value, we must take him. Should I continue, Jefferson Tamakodi? And you say you're gonna go. And the Peking said, Chief, at 2 o'clock in the morning, he said, am I not your city mayor? I'm calling you.
And you questioning me?
The same man I carry recording today, the same man say you get 70 armed men behind you, special forces that you get. So we must say it all. It's a Jefferson Koijee.
You are supposed to deliver Valley Teller.
You made a mistake with that press conference. You are dealing with a media network that's not stupid.
We take into consideration the security of the state.
I just couldn't do this. I don't want to do this. The recording that we play today, you must understand that nobody in Jowa government can do nothing to you because they begin to tell people who you are in Jowa government. That police director, that minister of justice, that even your party chairman are afraid when they even come close to you. We will play the recording today. Jefferson Koijee, I try to save the state. I try to save you. I try to save the president. I try to save it because I've been doing it for too long. But for you to celebrate, because this man eating TGIF burger.
No, it is my chicken. I will push a chicken in front of the man.
And you fell for Jefferson Koijee. You know who have access to those documents that the boy has shared, the one from Israel, while you visited South Africa? You know who have access to those documents, Jefferson?
I'm going to tell you how much you owe.
I saved those documents. We have over 30 exhibits of recording and information that I begged Sako will come on the show today. I begged Eugene Fagon, Fadika, I begged them. I said, we shouldn't do this. We are going to election year. We shouldn't do this. I begged them. Listen, we're going to start the show because it is important. James, play a portion of the recording. Just a portion of the recording that you already have. Because that's my birthday, I will leave early. But there's a fair warning to Jefferson Koijee and the government. Don't start something you can finish. The boy has spoken. His family went to the border, and you, Jefferson Koijee, you call his family back. That means also tell you that one. Play that recording.
Please send out the document, please. Email. Yeah, send it to my email. Hey, look at the house. I'm selling it to rent. Okay. Wow. Very nice house. Wow. Ayala. Yes, later. You have to take those up there. Wow. That's so nice.
Yeah. Who's speaking?
So, let me say my email. You send out the document there, please. So my email. No, my email. Okay.
So James pause it. James pause it. James pause it a little bit. Pause it. Don't take it. Just pause it. You have Tom, the security guy from Jefferson Koijee MCC. Tom Gallow, if that's his name. He is in conversation with another person. They will call their own names. I don't want to call their names. It is important for Liberians to know tonight, this conversation lead to something big. I'm not going to say it. That's Thomas' voice. These are the exhibit as a vibe that I was keeping. 30 of them. Phone calls, recordings, documentations, written documents that I beg Shaq. Shaq is coming on the show. Can you send a link to Shaq? I beg Shaq. I beg these guys and I said, you don't do it. Because people in this country and all the people do investigation. Then Jefferson Koijee will go on a show to talk. When the piggy came to beg and say, you saved my life. Play the clip. I will just play this one and read some of the other documents. Then we keep everything for the more. But Liberians, you come together. You listen. This is big today. Political leaders need to listen. Who is Jefferson Koijee? And what is he doing under the George Monrovia government? George Monrovia need to listen. There you go, play. You're picking space, you, Jeff. We will get to that. Play the remaining of the clip. James, go ahead. Don't talk to no sedition to now, James. You gotta pay attention. We'll play the clip.
Yalla. Yes, later. Get potatoes out there. Right, that's so nice. So, let me say my email. You send out of the document there, please. To my email. No, my email. Okay. Whatever you need. Yeah, I can send the email to you, please. Send an email and WhatsApp. WhatsApp is better for me. Yeah. WhatsApp? I will send an email. I think you're waiting right now. But I will send everything by WhatsApp. It will be easy. From WhatsApp to WhatsApp. Oh, okay. Gmail.accounting. C-O-M. Okay. You look good, Thomas. Yeah, I'm okay. Thank you. Yalla. I'm waiting for the information, please. Okay. You all now? Yeah. Come and tell him over here. I know what you want someone wants up. Yeah. As soon as I know you go, what's the name of the day? Yeah. You see all the DNA. They put it, I said, guess what? I'm that put. I came back to the party, so I will. Now, when you see, once I will, the equipment is sent for city police, brother. You are saying, you ask them, why the south of city police, they send it to equipment? Even I don't put it, I get equipment. I forget not continue to take a few on the, create a sense of the phone weapon.
Pause it. So let me say this to you, and because I have listened to it, I have listened to them off. I go have listened to it. Fadika. There's a container at the port. They take us small. Even the Labrador National Police don't have the weapon that the Monrovia City Police have. I did this because I just wanted to save the state. I'm going to share these things for you guys to listen. We're going to play it. What's happening? What's happening with my stuff?
Can we play it? Can we play it to end?
Yeah, finish it up. Finish it up.
That one, that one. So finish that one. Finish it.
Well,
yeah, let me play this.
Who you reporting this? Who you reporting to save the state?
Can I continue?
Yes, continue.
All right.
And hopefully, I guess in that focus much on your front of the I'm doing very well. I see. When you're front of the now, what I'm going to look at Justin with this dog and get deal with the papel. Because there's something wrong with you. You make a mistake. Putting the hundred go to the big head and doing his head. I'm not doing it very well. Chef.
diga.
So James put it down. The rest of it, they're going to do laundry whatsoever. Now that's their own stuff they were discussing. Put it down. We want to say thank you very much, Dharma. We'll call you back, James. We'll be sending you this exhibit. Play it as we call for it, please. We want to welcome our sister, Dr. Chinwe.
Wait a minute, that's why you go that kind of money.
Richard say. We want to welcome Al Hossein Fadika, Eugene Lame Fagon, Asif Atoba, and E. Remy Gray. Forgive us. This is how we started the show because of the press conference that was held by Jefferson Koijee. We have over 30 exhibits from a young man. Fagon, what's his full name and his position at the Monrovia City Corporation?
Oh, I forgot. I saw the Senate man picture so they can put it on the screen when you are in the plane.
No, can you give us his full name and his position?
Gallow, Director of the Monrovia City Police.
So Thomas Gallow, you guys probably know Thomas Gallow. He's director for the Monrovia City Police. So all this information, you heard Jefferson Koijee playing some clip today. What happened? Just to bring you guys up to speed. Thomas Gallow flew here to the United States before he left Liberia. I was informed before he left Liberia. I was informed and they reached out to me. They wanted me to help with his plane ticket. I said, no, I don't have money. God bless. Sheikh is coming on the show. They managed to get him a plane ticket and he came. He asked to meet with me, saying, why you want to meet with me? He asked to meet with Fagon. Why you want to meet with Fagon? And he said, I have information about Gloria Muson's daughter death. I have information about Valley Telly. I have information on Jefferson Koijee. I have information on everything within the government under the control of Jefferson Koijee. Then I was say, well, Sheikh, are you sure? Sheikh said, yes. Let hear him out. Okay, let's listen to him. He was happy to see me. He saw me. Fagon was present. Sheikh was present. And he began to cry. He was sharing tears. He shed tears because of his wife. His wife needed to leave the country immediately. He shed tears because his children, he married to a pastor lady.
Prophetess.
And I said, listen, I don't know you. You know, saw you on video when you were going after the Liberia National Police. I don't know you. And he said, yes, it's true, CEO, but I know you. Everybody in Liberia know you. I know James. But I came to tell you these things because it is important to save our country. We sat down as if he told me some stuff that scared the heck out of me. He shared information that he has shared with foreign partners that is so terrible for our country. I called Fagon. Did you send the link to Sheikh Fagon?
He'll be on in 20 minutes.
And I called Sheikh. I said, gentlemen, whatever the board is saying, young man is saying, please. I'm listening to it and I don't want to go through. He said, CEO, you run the biggest media. You cannot just let it die down. I asked him, what really you want? He said, I don't want to go back. I fear for my life. They know I'm talking. That's why Musa Dane didn't go through with the announcement, the report, that press report that day about Gloria Muson's daughter. Because someone told them that I'm talking. I said, who are you talking to? Have you spoken to anyone? He called Jerome Verdier's name. He said, I spoke to Jerome Verdier. I met Councilor Verdier. I said, you met Councilor Verdier? He said, yes. I said, and who else are you talking to? He said, CEO, I can tell you. But I'm talking to folks. I said, okay. What do you have? And he shared those information with us. One of the information you just heard about the arm at the port. And he shared it with us. And up to today, None of you guys on set will ever say that we have shared those information with you. None of you guys. I asked him for his passport. He showed me his passport. They gave him 1 month visa. It was extended. He showed me his Liberia work ID. Yes, sir. You want something? Yes, it's over there. It's somewhere. He showed me his Monrovia City Police ID card. He showed me his cell phone that he brought, his cell phone that was given to him. And he went on his name and said, CEO, please help me. Please help my wife. Please help my children. You're the good man. I really want you to help me. So I said, Tom, I don't have money. I cannot help you. But I will ask friends if they can help you. Right there, Sako, Eugene, they all ready. I think something, and they gave it to him. And he said, CEO, thank you, because where I sleeping is in someone's basement. Mosquito and bear bugs eating me. And we were laughing. He said, I'm in Philadelphia. My condition is very, very bad. And I said, okay, let's talk later. Whatsoever you get, discuss with Sheikh Sako and Eugene, and they will let me know. Was it this going Tuesday? He called back. And he said that, oh, I'm ready to turn everything over, but CEO, did you receive my letter of resignation? I said, which letter? He said, I've written a letter to resign. And I will let Fagon to speak on it because Fagon have copy of that letter. Fagon? You are muted, Fagon.
So the letter that was written.
Can we post it?
I want to send it. Continue talking something else. Let me send the letter.
And send the letter to James. And yes, and guys, we're going to play Jefferson Koijee clip because we are always mindful when people come around to beg and seek help. We are always mindful. But you were asking a question about why we didn't disclose it. I think that's what you were going towards, Ava Toba. Because I didn't feel right to disclose it. He was speaking to international folks and they were having the full discussion. He told me, Sheikh is aware. I wasn't going to go ahead of them and start putting up this information. But I'm discussing it today because the city mayor have a press conference on it. And then we have to put all the exhibit and all the information we got. Let Liberian people know. I don't know Tom. He came to ask me for help. I didn't help him directly because I don't have money to give him. But the information was already taken from him. And those information are damaging. Those information are damaging. Lawmakers need to look into it. If we do have a lawmakers in Liberia, they need to listen to it. And we will play them tonight. We will share the information, as many information as we can share. And Liberia and the world will listen. And they will make their own decision as to who Jefferson Tamakoji is. This government, whether they are doing the right thing. Let me start with Fadika. I want to start with Fadika. I will come to you, Ashley, then we'll go to Irami Gray. Then Dr. Richardson will take up because Eugene still uploading those information. Fadika, you have heard the recording. We will play it again. You heard the story. Talk to us, Fadika.
The thing is kind of, it's weird. I don't even know what to make of it because it's kind of weird, that the press conference, let me just start with the press conference before we even go there, because that what led me to even post it in the place there. Just what you explained, even without knowing any background of the story, that's what I was even so that what came to my mind when I put 1 and 2 together. I saw this guy, it showed a guy that came in on the one that I listened to. And I listened to the one for Verder first, where he came and said that, and Verder was just giving advice as to a lawyer and someone that telling you how to write your case. I didn't see anything damning there, but the beginning of the press conference, it sounded like they had something damaging. But when I listened, I didn't see any real meat in it. And then it came to the part where you were speaking and you said, my man, how can you help us to help you? I think if I will paraphrase you, and you didn't say much. And then Eugene says something about you have to give her whatever you have to. But it seems like this person running asking for help. How they got the tape, I do not know that other side of the story. Probably he tried to go back to Liberia or he tried to get something from them. But what I do know that this government is sinking fast, faster than we expect, because nothing here makes sense to me at all. I wish, well, it's never too late to put all this information. I'm glad it's all out there now. I hope you can share more because honestly, I don't even have much to say because I'm still as confused as the beginning. Honestly, I think the devil is in the detail, and I'll wait to listen more and see if more of the devil will come out, and then I'll be able to give an informed decision. But right now, I am confused.
To Ava, because we got to put up the information in real quick. Today is my birthday. I have to leave, so I won't be here that long. That's why I keep on spying. When Madame hit this room, I'm out. No matter what I go say, I will leave. Ava.
Well, happy birthday. Greetings to all the watchers and listeners out there. This is a very, very critical topic. National security is extremely important. I can't say I understand anything yet because you guys just giving us the tip of the iceberg. But I must say, when you talk about the inclusion of murder, you talk about the inclusion of the kind of impunity people especially in the Monrovia City police, have demonstrated. There have been instances where other people have reached out to me to see if I can get some, stuff resolved for them from the Monrovia City police, but I told them I didn't want to be involved. Then there's also the issue just around it. The young man, you refused to give him help him with his ticket. But when he got here, he still came to you. That says a little bit to me. Because most people would be like, to hell with that man, and take that information somewhere else. So there may be something there, and we'll find out what is the rationale behind it, whether he's a legitimate person or not. The second thing is the positioning of the Monrovia City Police as the kind of elite unit in the country, like an operate with impunity and take anything out. And that's the perception of so many people. Whether it's the reality or not, I don't know. But that's the perception of a lot of people. And for me personally, I would say it's a little painful knowing, but my man, you were sleeping just now, it distracted me, Fadiga. You're on mute.
I told you I'm not sleeping. I got
okay. Okay, get an excuse for your papi. You want your papi there. No, but seriously, for me personally, because of how I feel about Jefferson Koijee and the way I like him, all these things that I've heard have been very painful. That somebody you really care about, justify or not, they are being lambasted and denigrated and talked about in so many different negative ways. And the preponderance of the information that comes, you can't dismiss it. The first one you can say that loud, the second one you say, oh, I don't know about it. The third one, oh, maybe you. But by the time you read 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, you got to say, maybe there is some substance to this. So I don't know what interview, because I was busy today, I don't know what Jefferson said on the air. Hopefully I will listen to it. But it's very important that he understands for a young man where he is today, what's ahead of him, and some of the potential risks that will be applied from whatever time we are today going forward. With all the stuff that's going on.
Thank you very much, Remy. Before we bring in our sister.
Well, for me, I'm as clueless for now as to what this whole stuff is about, because I didn't go in the chat room to to see or follow through with this when I believe posted it or whoever did. But two things come into mind. Somebody is ready to let the pig out of the bag on issues that occur that he has knowledge of. And then I'm looking at the man too who is trying to secure status here in the States that will help his family. But I would have held on to some of this information for the for the mere fact that my family is involved. We have a government that is extremely repulsive. You know, when you're operating under this kinds of regime where you have people who are lynchers that will come after you or come at you somehow to vet their anger, you got to be careful so that innocent people don't get hurt. So even the fact that he gave you so much intelligence to work with, I would just advise that Pablo don't play all. So don't, I mean, think about the family. You know what I mean? But I think this is an insider that could give you story, and you have to determine which of those stories will be credible. And of course, there will be some addition and subtraction. But remember, um, at least you should be able to have some level of information to work with. But I think a lot of things is involved in this. Yeah, that's how I see it.
Thank you very much, Ireme. Before we get to Fagon, folks, we're going to be playing two different recordings for you guys. We're going to share some of the document. We got to do it little by little because we will not leave this show without talking about the meeting that was held today between Yomli Kanga and Musa Berete without talking about other political issue in the country. Okay, so we're going to play this thing about Tom Gallo first. We're going to get it all of the way. We will not give you all of the information because, again, some of them are very sensitive. Those arm and ammunitions, the serial numbers, the information, I'm not going to do so. I will not post those things because it's of national security concern. Okay, other folks can go on the show and do it, but I'm not going to do it. And all those things was brought in by Jefferson Tamakoji as alleged. The document we have Jefferson Koji name on it, and everything we will share with you. What I can share, I will share. But anything that have to do with the people investigation, yeah, I'm not going to share it on Spoon Talk tonight. All right. Let's talk to Dr. Richardson, and then we'll go to Eugene Lamin Fagon. Dr. Richardson, welcome, man. Good to see you.
Thank you. Happy birthday, and it's good to see all of you today. Um, I think it's some breaking information that we need to explore. I have not had the chance to review all of the information off the tape. I just was not in a position to do that. But I'll be glad to get the opportunity to kind of go through it one by one to see the implication of the security of the young man that we were talking about. I remember him very well walking into the Ministry of Justice or the police station, actually, I believe, with the gun on his side, and we were asking questions about was he allowed to carry arm in the country. So I will just hold my thoughts for now until I get to review the information thoroughly, and then I can respond to it or see the information that we have here today.
Thank you, Dr. Richardson. And again, we're gonna go to Fagon. Guys, I will share some of the information with you guys because you'll need it to help you understand what we're talking about. Fagon, can you talk to us? Give us some overview and where we are with this thing. And I know you have a lot of information. Again, please, let's just be very mindful of our national security concern. Put a letter of resignation down for us. Let give Fagon the time to talk. Fagon, go ahead.
Well, before I go to the letter, we saw TGIF. The brother pulled himself out, literally in tears. Before I say what happened in there, we were very concerned about his family because we know what those guys are capable of doing. So we're very concerned. And if they want to play the recording, they will see where we were concerned. Our first offer was to get the family to Sierra Leone. But then guess what happened? The first attempt to get the family to Sierra Leone failed. They sent them back. The brother insisted that the family be taken to Nigeria through the airport. We said it's going to be hard. What the brother showed us was enough to convince me. I saw with my own eye. In fact, I don't know if we should put one of the letters upset. When I saw the letter, I'm like, really? He said, yeah, that weapon, you saw the poor putting on that small one there. This is the real deal. Now, you were asking about the woman in the recording. The white woman, you were saying, yalla, yalla, let's go, let's go. Okay? That one is quite different, that other consignment. And just like you hear him push it out, put it out. You talk about the naked video, all those ones. We got tons of evidence. When he decided even to resign, the first letter he wrote, he indicated somewhere there, furthermore, sir, since I came to the US, my safety and opportunities for professional advancement have been available to be.
Since you're reading the letter, Fagon, sorry, let's post the letter.
So
let's post the letter.
No.
James, can you post the letter?
Okay, this is my letter, James. Post the first one. The first one I sent. That's his letter that he wrote. And you can go write your resignation letter and tell your boss man that you see space for opportunity and advancement and you incline to take advantage. No, you have to tell your boss man exactly what has happened. I advised him straight. He said, yeah, I put that one there. I said, then that one, you don't need to put it there. Just what has happened, like you said, is what we put there. So what did we do? What did I do? I told him that whole portion, take it from there. I can help you reword your letter. And I did. Send it back to him. And that part that he put there, I took it out and I said, this is what you should have. Sir, is that it? Yeah, my decision is based on the lack of opportunity given me. No. Furthermore, sir, since I came to my, no, that's the first one.
But James,
second one,
James, no, Fagon, hold on 1 minute. Fagon, hold on 1 minute, please. Fagon, this is his letter.
This is his letter.
Let's read his letter. Yeah, let's read his letter. Yes.
So you can see the second paragraph says, my decision is based on the lack of opportunities given me to make independent decisions as a professional. And okay, James has put this one up. And being forced to take responsibility for things I'm unaware of. I no longer feel safe working in such an environment under these circumstances. Furthermore, sir, since I came to the US, my safety and opportunities for professional advancement have been available is his part. So that part was replaced by me. So we removed that furthermore, sir, since I came, was removed and replaced by that one. Then on the upper part, sir, the disregard for my professional expertise and lack of opportunities given me to make independent decisions as a professional, in addition to being forced to take responsibilities for administrative and professional decisions made and actions taken without my knowledge and consent undermines national security. In this regard, I am constrained to submit to you my letter of resignation. I no longer feel safe working in such an environment. We don't have to go through the whole letter. We'll post it on the internet for people to see. But what I want to say is this. What shocked me to make me tell the brother right there and then to the table, my concern is for your safety and the safety of your family, was the fact that our reporter had told us that he was called around 1 o'clock in the morning to go to Ganta. And we advised him not to go. This brother came, we set him, it had happened a long time, and he gave us the story as Stanton gave, and said that he drove Valley Tele to Ganta. in the morning hours of the next day, and that he was given instruction to deliver Valley Teller to Zokwia or Zogbea, whatever way. And I asked him that. I said, you think you were going to survive? He said, well, according to what? Zogbea were going to take him over the border. And I said, oh, wow. So it's true, it's Valley Teller then. I said, yep, it's Valley Teller. Then I look on her hand. Let's see, left hand or so, you see the cut and the wild stitches. So I asked him, I said, what is that? He said he went into a fight with some of the guys trying to disarm him. Disarm you of what? He said he was attacked. He believed by people sent by Koijee, but Koijee did not state it. And then he told us at the table that what the police chief said was true. He had 3 weapons. One, what you call it? The Noringa 22, the Glock, and an AK-56. I remember those 3 weapons. Hear me and hear me well. An AK-56, the Noringa 22, and his Glock. Like Remy Grade and all the weapons then. He said the guys came from city police with some CDC people from the youth headquarters. And they wanted to fight him. He turned the weapons over. It was that weapon that they were using to go to the PUL programs. Am I lying?
Correct.
They never reported the weapons. We can go on and on and on.
And hold on 1 minute. Let me just extend this because I want to bring in the guys and the game folks. Sheikh Sako will be coming on shortly. You remember the Valley Teller picture, one of the picture, right? That Valley Teller had a gun somewhere around here. Okay, we don't know gun, we say pistol. Tom said that's his pistol that was taken away from him.
Yes.
He said when they went to his house, he was trying to fight them, and his wife said, no, give the people their weapons. He said his wife said, give the people the weapons. He said, but to his surprise, Jefferson Koijee gave the weapon to Valley Teller. Mm-hmm. He said he challenged Jefferson Koijee, and he challenged anybody to deny it because that weapon was assigned to him. They should bring the weapon, and he would justify. And I asked him, I said, but who else are you talking to? He said, hey, CEO, you know how I got here? You know I went to the American embassy? You know that 3 o'clock in the morning they sent a black Tahoe Jeep for me? He said, you think that the people there decided to give me no visa? He said, when I entered the Tahoe Jeep, you know who were in that Tahoe Jeep? Brother, we'll do it small. Because I don't want to be the one to say it. The people have the recording, and we will play it. When he entered the United States Embassy, group at the embassy went in closed door meeting, and they came outside and said, don't say anything. We know why you are here, and you will get out of this country. Why Jefferson Koijee decided to do a press conference when we tried to do everything possible not to bring out this information, which is of national security concern? But now we must speak on it. I'm going to pause because Alex is joining us. Alex is one of those that spoke to him. So let's hear from Alex, and we'll bring you guys in again October for us to do another round. Let's hear from Alex. Alex?
Okay, CEO, am I clear? Okay, so I don't know exactly what Koijee hope to achieve, because you don't live in a 100% glass house and throw stone. My big brother Isaac here on this show will tell you that he and I have spoken many times, because Isaac and myself knows Koijee very well, and I've been very frank with him that I have nothing to say about Koijee, and he can bear me witness. I have known Koijee since my childhood day, or maybe when I was a baby. Maybe I'm one person who knows Koijee more than any other person who's with Koijee, because I've known Koijee as far back as when I was in, I think, first or second grade in a school called St. Jude, up to where we are.
I beg you, Alex. We're running with time, please. Let's get to the
Yeah,
substance. I beg you, please.
So, to the issue, I received a call from a foreign friend who helped me when I went to Europe to do my medical. And this person told me that Mr. Thomas Gallow, the police director, was in the United States of America and wanted to talk to me because he had concern regards to his safety and what he could do to ensure that those people he was talking with were legit. And what happened to me? After I received that call, I received another call that, however, they were not certain of him and that I needed to be careful, and whatever conversation we were having, I needed to say the reverse and to document our conversation. On the 25th of April, I spoke with Mr. Tyler on my Liberian WhatsApp number. The very first thing he did when I called him, he asked me for my American number and things like that and where I was living. I gave him different addresses. And I told him that my American number, I could not give him it. So we spoke and we said a lot. We talked about a lot of things. He told me that he had come to America, lied to Jefferson Koijee, said he came on a training. It wasn't a training. In fact, he took money from Jefferson Koijee, and that Jefferson Koijee had threatened to kill him on many occasions, including he showed me also something on his hand that he said Jefferson Koijee was responsible for, and his weapon was that Vali Tere was having. That weapon was his weapon, taken from him and given to Vali Tere, and many other things. We spoke for 1 hour, 18 minutes, 22 seconds. I have the entire recording. But what I would say to Mayor Koijee is that I've known him for long. And there are many things I've never said about him. And everyone
I
can
beg you, Alex. Alex, I know you were talking about Mr. Koijee. You on the show. We get recording to play. We'll give you the chance to talk about your relationship. Let me bring in Sako. It's very important.
Yeah, but see, let me
Then
just
we'll come back to you.
in a minute.
Yeah, real quick.
All of you will bear me witness that since I've started to talk, I've never a single day talked about Koijee because of one reason. And that reason today, I think Mr. Koijee going beyond it, and the world must know exactly who he is. And so I have no, I don't know how to say personal book for Koijee anymore or jail. We must spare out the being and say the fact. And you know, obviously,
Thank you very much.
I talk with fact and proof.
Thank you very much, and I know you got those recording as well. Sheikh, welcome, Mr. Sako. Welcome to Spoon Talk, man. We were planning to talk about, other issues concerning politics, but here we are. We now got to just fill the veins because talk been talk. You got something running? Can you mute something? You got your engine on?
Off. Got it off.
You got fan on?
It sounds like radio.
Everything is off.
All right, but you go ahead. Talk to us.
Thank you very much, and thank you again, Spoon, for coming back on the show. Actually, I didn't want to come back discussing national issues.
Sheikh, if you can speak a little louder, it will be helpful.
Yeah,
Louder.
I didn't want to come again on a national issue, discussing national issue in a truck. But I think today is very important that a little bit concerning the rush press conference that Koijee just had. Despite the bipolar political situation among the opposition, there are serious issues concerning national security that we are more focused on because the oppositions are not actually looking at that. And then we are doing everything possible in our weak way to make sure that we unhype the evidence and provide to the requisite authority for immediate action before elections. I mean, I was so astonished when I received a call that, Koijee and his lawyer Arthur, they are on, they're having a press conference and they're recordings of my voice, 10-tone voice, and the rest of the other thing. I just laughed. You know, the last time I ever left the Spoon Talk, I mean, I had a parable. I said, when you jump, Koijee jumped from a second float in the sinking sand. The more he tries to fight his way out, the more he's going to sink. The best thing to do is to raise his hand and ask for help. And then, worst of everything he just did today, having a press conference, was like a man who goes and dip a draw bucket of water from a well and decides to use that draw bucket to fight the owner of the well. I mean, Koijee has made the greatest mistake in his life by having a press conference. And I'm just sorry for my very good friend too and lawyer Councilor Arthur Johnson, who Koijee has used ethnicity to draw him closer and not concise of some of the things that are happening. But anyway, I mean, he's a lawyer. He has his responsibility. I mean, he's paid for it to go there and defend his client. But I mean, I think this is the time we will have to come out with few things concerning national security, but we will try our possible best to see how best we can mitigate some of those evidence. Because remember that when it comes to national security issues, you don't want to be emotional like how Koijee was emotional talking about things that he doesn't even know about. So we will try our possible best to let the few we can let out there and then reserve the other one for the requisite authority for actions regarding our country. But I think Koijee has stepped on the tail of a lion.
Let me ask you a question, Sako. Do you know Tom Gallow?
But I know Tom Gallow very well. And,
how did he come to the United States? How did he enter the U.S.? Can you give us a little overview? I want the guys, Ava Togba, Iremi Gray, Al Hussein, because I know, but they're done. I want you to help us and the audience.
Yeah, all right. After the Bali Island situation, first thing was the June 7 protest when I got to know Tom Gallow. When I was sent to monitor the MCC over there because we did not want the MCC police to form part of the June 7 protest. So we were sent there as NSA officers to maintain and monitor their positions. So that was where I met I met Thomas Gallow, and then he was like, "Oh, I'm from the LMP." We worked together that day. And then later on, he requested that, "Oh, my man, I want to get to the MCC as the police director." I said, "Okay, well, I'm close to Koijee. I see what I can do. But you're going to go there in my interest. And then anything I need you to do, and I need to know, you got to let me know." And then Tom being over there. Tom first thing was, I just want to outline few things so we can get to where we are. When first thing was Tom got wounded on his hand by Koijee boys, Tom sent me the video. He said, "You see what happened? I'm trying to instill law and order here and
Yeah, muted.
Thank you very much. You understand that he's on the road and he will be joining us shortly. Ava, let me come to you now before we get back to Sheikh. A lot of different recording flying around. We want to try our best not to jump into the people investigation yet. So bear with us if you do not receive what you think you should be receiving.
Who's investigating?
That was my question.
So this is what happened. And that's exactly what I wanted Tom to Sheikh to speak on. When we met Tom, the police director, from Liberia to the United States of America, he was approached by some United States foreign investigators. All right, he told us how he was given 1 month visa. He told us 1 month visa, imagine, from the United States Embassy. Who he spoke to at the United States Embassy, he told us. I'm saying exactly what Tom Gallow said to
it's just
us.
that we can't get you names.
Okay,
and,
I'm not going to give you any names. And again, we should be very careful because these things are sensitive. Ava, that's the reason why I like to talk. I just choose not to discuss these things because the investigation was going on. Okay, so now I have answered your question. If you have any more, or you can make your point, talk to us. I see Sheikh coming back on.
Yeah, no, I mean, we need to hear Sheikh. We probably need to hear some more information because I'm not a presumptuous kind of guy to just jump to any conclusion.
Beautiful.
But I must say, somebody in the international or in the U.S. security space did call me today, and now the first time they told me about Gallo, besides watching him walk with gun in the police station and come out outside way, I don't know anything about the individual. But they said he was a real professional. That was the positive thing they said about him, that he was a real professional. But to hear today, the statement from the person was, that man from MCC police talking you, and he talking all kind of things. And so many things you supposed to, you need to know about it. So I said, to what extent that I need to know? He said, you may know some of the people involved in the discussion, the information the man giving the people. I said, well, I know plenty of people. So if I know people involved, that's fine. Before we go continue the conversation, I had another important call come in. So he asked me to talk later. But supposedly he was trying to get, if the guy in Philadelphia, because he's trying to get to Philadelphia to talk to the guy directly. So
the last conversation that was had, he was in Philadelphia. But again, the reason why I'm going to squeeze Mr. Sako tonight is because Sako know how Tom got out of the country. He know how Tom got into the United States. He know where is Tom's family. He know exactly the in and out. And we're going to play the videos and the tapes that we have. So let's go back to Mr. Sako.
His family order Liberia?
Now, the last information, his family was at the border, but we heard that the family went back to Monrovia. I asked
Koijee ordered back to Monrovia.
That's the information. I said, Tom went like this to me. I beg you, CEO, can you help my family go straight to Nigeria? Can you help my family go straight to Nigeria? I'm not going to give the location he gave me because of the family security.
Right.
But he told me where his family was in Monrovia. Go ahead, Mr. Sako.
CEO.
Well, thank you, Stan. You guys have. I mean, we're so sorry that I'm in the mountainous area here in America, so the network fluctuates. I mean, so sometimes I'm gonna go off and get back on. So, we got Tom there. We check his record. I check his record back in Liberia. He was a professional. He was a professional police officer. An armed training officer. Where I mean, responsible for training many at the police academy. I said, okay, man, you can be a good guy to take over here. And Tom been over there doing his thing. Until quite recently, when the issue of the body test situation popped up, and they had their, stupid press conference and the rest of the other things. So Tom decided to reach out to me. Tom said, boss, I'm tired. I said, you're tired of what? He said, a lot of things are going on in this country. I can't keep shouldering responsibility for things that I don't know of. So Tom narrated the entire thing of what's been going on at MCC. He let me know. I said, okay, Tom, not a problem. But do you want to get out of there? He said, but Chief, that's what I called you. I said, okay, we will make everything, we'll prepare everything for you, and to make sure that you have a safe haven for yourself and later on for your family. And like I said, we will not be too detailed, on a lot of things just stand on, for the fact that, we try to maintain a cordial relationship with the team. And then we did what we had to do. Tom obtained his visa. Tom spoke to few international partners over there. He obtained his visa. And Tom let Koijee know that he wanted to come for a choice program and blah blah blah. So the first thing is that Tom is a security man, and I'm a security man, and Tom is a police officer. I'm an intelligence officer. So when Tom arrived, the first thing is that I put all everything necessary in place to make sure that I get what I have to get from other Tom. And when Tom got here, we didn't force Tom to speak. I didn't force him to speak. I said, well, you are here. Are you going back or you just going to stay here? He said, oh, he's going to stay here. He's not going to go back. But how about his family and blah, blah, blah. I said, well, it's up to you. You decide what you want to do. So Tom was in Atlanta by then. I said, okay, send you there on a church program. Visit the church, speak to the people, see what you can do. And then later on, you can come see me in Philly. Tom spent a week in Atlanta. While he was spending a week in Atlanta, he was on a full surveillance. I would tell you for real. And then that's why you will see, some confessions about some of the crime committed. And why even astonished me more was the death of Shalom Musu, the former Chief Justice's daughter.
I'm going to hold you right there, Sako, because again, let me hold you right there. So, I don't want you to...
Exactly.
Yeah, let me hold you right there. I want the other guys to speak. But again, it's true. All the recording, everything Tom ever did in Atlanta was recorded. He didn't know. he didn't know, and so it's one of those things that you got to just be careful. I want to ask you this, and we can bring the guys in there after this letter, right? Can you tell us about this?
Well,
Sako?
as we see this concerning global security, especially when it comes to the importation of weapons or security gadgets, especially when these things are not done through the defense ministry, where they have to put in the requisite measures to import weapons. So when these things happened, I mean, this is Israel, which I'm very close to, in terms of intelligence gathering. So these informations were obtained regarding some of the weapons Koijee had imported into Liberia, and then he didn't pay the money, and then the people were very concerned. They sent this letter to him, asking him for the payment of the money. As we speak, this is not even this is the old one. There's a current invoices and a new letter. I think he settled this debt. This debt was settled.
No.
Currently,
This is, I agree with you. I don't, listen, this is the fundamental to, it's on his phone. He's sharing it with a lot of people. And Ava, I think it's in, Fadika Iram is in our chat room. I want you guys to read it. If not, can you put it in the chat room, Eugene, please? Let the guys read it, because now we publish these things. This is talking about the Monrovia City Corporation spending a huge amount of money on law enforcement equipment in the amount of 261,000 United States dollars. Okay? From this, we're going to come to the point about the army ammunition at the Freeport of Monrovia. Now you're going to understand bit by bit. That's what I'm saying. We cannot rush this thing. When Sako said he got invoices and other documents most recently, we are walking our way now how we got guns and arms ammunition to the Freeport of Monrovia. On who commands and who actually order those things. We have to be sharing this with you guys. So you have this, read this, understand the amount of money. The government spent 261,000 United States dollars through MCC, not the Ministry of Defense, not the Liberia National Police, not the Justice Ministry, not the National, how you call it, the NSA, no, but through Jefferson Koijee. I want you to understand. I want you to be patient. It's getting interesting. Sako, pause a little bit. Let me bring the other guys in, and we'll bring the rest of it. Hold on 1 minute, Alex. I beg you, Alex. Let's do this round table. Fadiga, you go ahead now. You are getting information coming up. Make sense of something here.
Chick, let me ask a couple of questions. You guys keep saying, I don't want you guys to go. If you don't have to say it, don't say it. I'm under this assumption that someone within the U.S. government is investigating something. Am I right to make this assumption?
100% right.
No.
Let's Sako answer that. Let Sako answer that, and that's the reason why I want Sako to answer that. Sheikh, can you answer directly Al Hussein question?
Well, Hussein, that's a very good question. Hussein, when it comes to armies and the doctorates, I mean, those are global security concerns. So I may not want to come on this platform to tell you that yes, there are investigations ongoing, but I think some of the things that are going on in Liberia is being looked at. Well, which one the authority looking at it, I can tell you here, but trust me, I think every other thing that's going on in Liberia illegal is being looked at and investigated.
And another thing that comes to mind, and I find alarming, is that there is a Middle Eastern component to this. So is this company located in the Middle East, around Lebanon? Does it have any affiliation with Hezbollah or anywhere in the Middle East?
Well, Hussein, I think Hassan or Hussein, sorry, I don't know.
Hussein.
Hussein, like I said, we're not going to be too detailed here. Trust me, the reason why we let out this information is all because Liberians always asking, no evidence. We're not in court here. We got to try to mitigate as much information as possible, because you see, in law enforcement, you can't be emotional and let everything out there. You may not all be a lead factor to the breakdown rule of law. You getting me? So trust me, all I can tell you is that that's a company that's based in Israel, and they do stuff, but at the end of the day, they work along with international partners. That's all I can say for now. So it is a company based in Israel. Yeah.
Does this have any connection with the arm that was seized?
Oh well,
But man,
this information
don't
can
let
be
people
revealed
don't
right here, Hassan. We can
you
reveal
gonna
that
do
right
that.
here. Trust
Trying
me.
to connect it.
I mean, your question too direct. Your question
Yeah.
too direct.
We
No, but I
Fadiga,
had
let me say.
I had a
Sorry,
few questions.
Fadiga, sorry. I hope Hassan would have been the one here because Hassan is Hassan to say Hassan is more into security. He was definitely going to understand where we stand on this issue.
Anyway, maybe.
You understand where we stand on this issue. The only reason why, if
The man on mute.
You on mute. You mute it.
But that's the point, right? And we're trying for the audience to understand. So we're not.
You are right. You are right.
regular
You are
people.
right. But again, Ava,
The question was
he
too
can
direct as to
answer.
the arms that were
He can
arrested.
answer Ava. I understand what we're doing on
Because
this show.
shows that they
The
purchased
only
arms.
reason,
That's
the
enough.
only reason why we even having this conversation is because Jefferson Koijee had a press conference.
Right.
I wasn't going to talk about it, but I want to bring Remy Gray in.
Yeah.
Let me just
talking
close
about
the
the
one
gun.
point. One of the reasons that I
Yeah,
went
real
to
quick.
this point, we have an
Yeah.
election that is about to happen.
yeah, but you know, all I can say is, yeah,
Alex, hold on one second.
like we said,
Sako trying to speak. Sako, hold on one second. Oh. Yeah, he's drop off. Go ahead.
So what I was saying is, I'm concerned because we have an election that have already been the process that have already been rigged. These are people that are setting the country up for chaos. And if this is what we are seeing, somebody need to do something. I'm not seeing this a really strong stance from the opposition. I'm not seeing it, and it's concerning me because right now we shouldn't wait later and cry later.
Thank you for making that point. Wait, look, you remember Zago was on this line, and even though we're talking about corruption, but he basically, you raise anything, the people can do anything, the people not do anything. So is our legislature helpless to the point that the current executive branch officers can just do anything they want to do with impunity? Is that where we at? Then we've, extremely bad situation on people.
What about the AFL? They have a part to play in this thing.
I wanted to play this before we bring in
No, but you
Gray.
hear what the guy said? Prince Johnson, what he said?
Yeah, I wanted to play this before we bring in Remy Gray, guys. Real quick. Let me play this and we can bring in Remy Gray. Again, I can only play what I'm authorized to play because all these documents will raise national security concern. I'm not going to do what folks want me to do. Let's just take it easy. Okay?
Relaxing tonight.
Doing good. I heard him, man.
You okay, yeah, right?
I heard him. Sorry, man. I'm relaxing. Okay. You connected me, so I think you must say, it's kind of aggression. I take God and but a lot of things are happening, man, brother. A lot of things are happening. I know. I always see I'm quiet. I know God because of you are here, right? So I see you here, but if you have this face, man. Yeah, I get everything in the corridor. I'm telling you to get it. I'm good. Oh, why he's suspecting that you're giving me information? I found a spider trap. I wanted to trap into bus behind the estate. Why? Is it that he's suspecting that you're giving me information? Is it that he's suspecting that you are giving me information? Yeah, no, I'm talking about my status now. Well, the thing about Koijee is that he has been monitored, not today. He's been monitored everything that's been going on in that country. So nothing should be a surprise to him.
So guys, listen. From the one they've been monitoring Tom, you just heard is he suspecting you that you've been giving me information. While Tom was in Liberia, he been a mole. He been giving information. It's very clear. He just said it. Koijee had an idea that somebody is snitching on me. Who told Councilor Verdell that Valley Tyler is the alleged killer? Who told Councilor? Somebody from in my office, somebody from this building snitching on me. So now everything begin to come out, and Koijee raising concern. So Tom said he's afraid of his life himself. Why would Koijee call me 2 o'clock in the morning that we should go to Ganta with Valley Tyler? And Koijee said, meet me at the Invisible Park. And that's how he said, well, Chief, it's so late. Then he said, am I not your city mayor? When did you ever have the time to question me? So Koijee was raising eyebrow, and he was looking at Tom. So Tom began to complain on this side with his folks. You get me out of here, please. You help me. You help me. That's the recording you are hearing, because all eyes is on Koijee. I'm not saying it. We have this recording, and some other stuff Tom is saying, it will shock you. But let me go to Iremi Gray, and then we're going to go to Alva Toba, Alex, and we'll bring in Sheikh Sako before Fagon. Iremi, you're hearing some very, very personal, something to the well-being of Tom. He been talking, and he's still talking, sharing up information. What say you, my brother?
For me, some of the weapons that were named, like a Moretta, AK-56, these are high-end assault rifles. Each of those weapons could carry something like 7.62. That is one of those fat, what we used to call light automatic rifle, but the munition that comes out of that thing, the ballistic, and then you can equip them with grenade launchers, all of those weapons. And I'm hearing different sources also where those weapons are coming from. Beretta, for instance, is the older brother of Beretta. I think you during the war we were talking about Beretta, but these are biological weapons as well. So if somebody is in possession of those kinds of weapons, and imagine if they have a good cache of that weapon, they could wreak a lot of mayhem. If there's any kind of assault situation, say for instance, they decide to use them. But I'm hearing China. I'm also hearing Israel. So my question is, are those the suppliers of this kinds of weapons or munition? So if they are, I wonder who bringing them in, and to what extent are those things in consonance with our national defense law? Maybe the AFL is not even aware. So I could see there'll come a time when people will be deployed, the AFL will not even know. And this looks like it's something bigger than we can imagine. But hey, as far as I know, this gentleman may have been hustling or finding his way to get out of that situation. But if he's ready now to reveal, he got lots of stuff that we could know, maybe all of those extrajudicial killings and people, their lives ending in unscrupulous circumstances. Maybe he could be a vital source to give us some of this, because we've had the hunch for a while that there has to be some concerted effort by this administration to get rid of people. It's just that they probably don't have the manpower to do it. So the lay henchmen they have, probably Mr. Gallo is one of them, but he left. So he could tell us more. I'm hoping to hear more. I'm interested to hear more, actually.
Thank you very much. Let me bring in Ava before we go to Sheikh and Alex. Ava, this guy is on the
I mean,
tape.
you want to be
Speaking
going
of
to
somebody,
birthday, I will lead a party.
this Ava, real quick. Let me bring in Ava. Ava, though, this guy is now complaining about his life. He been talking. He's on tape saying that I think the man is reading into something. He's suspecting that Jefferson Koijee getting information on him as him being the mole. You talk to us. from this other clip we just played, Alva?
I mean, obviously, and this is hypothetical, if Jefferson Koijee was involved at the level of, what Thomas is trying to imply and orchestrating everything, and there's some information out there, Jefferson knows who he will engage with. So if there's certain feedback on certain items, he will have I believe, the aptitude or the understanding to tap into or to indicate the few people who he probably had those exchanges with, and by subtraction, be able to know who could possibly be a mole and who to suspect. He's not a dumb guy, like maybe some people think because of, sometimes his speech impediment, but he's astute and he understands those things, and he has an inclination towards this whole security thing, whether it's positive security or negative security. As we stand now, I'm not sure, but he has a high inclination for that kind of stuff. So I think it's fitting if you are orchestrating something positive or negative, and people are leaking some information that coming back and that may sabotage what you're trying to do. You may do what you want to do, and with the repercussion perspective of this government that it has been vindictive in attacking people, from the auditors dying to some of the other situations that are happening, I won't take it for a joke that his life is. I know I nearly died. I know my life was threatened. Not that Jefferson was involved in it, and that I don't even know, but I do know from a recording somebody sent me, the person who was supposed to come and can kill me. That was somebody I knew. So it's not beyond the sphere of everything we've seen so far from this government that somebody who is talking family could be in extreme danger.
And again, it's very, very unique where we find ourselves because of these recordings and different information we have gathered and we in possession of, that we can stand on, we can be on the show tonight to tell the Liberian people that Jefferson Koijee made one of the greatest mistakes tonight to go on his press conference and talk about our conversation because this young man needed help. Let me bring in Fagon. Fagon, let me bring in you, please. Talk to folks. I want to bring in Sheikh and Alex.
He can complain, just baby, Tona.
Look, let me say to the Liberian people, Stan, I send you a message. If you look at my finger, just like from here, the thumb level to here, almost to the end. If you play that tape, you will want to puke. You will hear he confirmed Dopo-Menkazon, the notorious Dopo-Menkazon, spoke into the City Hall as a consultant. Then the deputy director is hired by Koijee, the former strong NPFL general and ATU deaf man, Chacha Sla.
Sorry, you're right. Let me play the rest of the clip. It's very important. Let me do that.
Anyway.
Yeah, let me play the rest of the tape.
Could you just hire such a killer into that place?
I think it should be a surprise to him. Why somebody want to take social rebel and put them together, you understanding me, all the time. And why when things happen all the time, you should be the one to, you being a young man, you talk about change. We gave a man a life. You understand? Hello.
Fagon. So again, you finish up because I want to.
Did you go back further than I told you to go?
Yeah, but finish up. Fagon. I know what I'm doing. I don't want to play everything. It's disturbing, man.
So
I understand, but please.
Here's the part that disturbed me, Stanton. Tom was asked specifically, where is Valley Teller? Do you see him? He said, no, it's been a long time. He was asked specifically again. After that interview to the police station, he said, I'm seeing him here. I haven't seen him. Stanton, the fact that a high grade Chacha Slough Topo Mekazon, all these guys, and the weapons they order, the country they came from. What, I just say you got to give it to him whether positive or negative security. I wouldn't give him jack because he didn't go to school for it. He wasn't trained on the ATU base as a fighter, according to him. He knows nothing about all these things. It's a small boy, in my opinion, and we can call him small boy because he's not even next to us or next to the people that are next to us. But it's a small boy trying to be a giant in the midst of men. I remember when you were trying to guide him at City Hall. Of course, when our boss man saw it, he started fighting you to move you from there, Alpha.
Now, free you ain't pay me now. There was 1 month consult there.
Yeah, but you were trying to guide him.
Put out his
There were
business.
good men that surrounded him. But he tried to be this big man, Stanton. And let me tell you something. Koijee, like I broke the news. Madison Tokpa, right? Before Koijee even knew he was a man, was seeking a security contract with the central bank. His contract almost went through. That little boy came and hijacked the man contract and made the people pay the money to him to train 203 men in Camp Sandy Ware. Out of the 203 men, they dropped one died, 201 graduated. They went to Sheffield to take the training. And you can talk to your brother about that, he will tell you. I spoke with him. Koijee wanted to have his own private army. And he distributed them in the FDA, in the city police, in the fire service, everywhere. But they are to assemble at the drop of a pin. They will assemble. And he ordered the weapons as seen in those letters, in those communications. And who were meant to clear some of the weapons? Gallow. Did he tell me that? Yes. Why should he be involved? As you heard from the tape. Why should city police have those kinds of weapons?
So in essence, you had this information since that time when you did the podcast, say you won't talk to Madison Tukpa about all the stuff.
Me and Madison talk. Like your brother.
No, that's not my question. You did say your talk. I said you have most of this information and you had engagement with Gallo.
No. That was before.
No, it was before. It was before. Yeah.
Before. That other information was there. 203. They trained. One of them died.
Let's just come home on this conversation tonight, Fagon. Let me bring in Alex. Then Sheik gonna wrap this thing up because it's 6 o'clock. You know that's my birthday. I will leave you with this talking. I'm so mad because we even talked about the meeting between Yombly and BDT today that lasted for only 2 minutes. I've never seen a meeting lasting for 2 minutes. Alex,
1 minute,
yeah, so
60 seconds.
for me, I would say maybe probably the spirit of the late Chala is disturbing Koijee. And so he's getting mad and attacking people that he doesn't need to. And so for some of us, we'll not waste time with him. Let me say this to you. I got sick in Liberia in April, and I wanted to leave the country for further treatment. I spoke with Koijee, who was like a big brother to me, thinking he could have been of help to me. Later did I know that Mr. Koijee have a so-called doctor called Prince, who is involved in the extraction of blood for whatever activity that they're involved in. And today I'm going to call the number of Dr. Prince. And who even saved my life was somebody in the office of Koijee. The number is 0776 00 20 70. And the Liberian people can call that number. 0776 00 20 70. Not only that, on the 13th of November, apparently Koijee doesn't know. Koijee sent for me at that time I resigned, and you know, Stanton, that I sent my letter of resignation on the 12th, on a Saturday night, to you and to the rest of other foreign ambassadors and things. And I even should have appeared on your show. I was called by Koijee not to go. Koijee called me on the 13th of November on a Sunday. I was in service. And Koijee also doesn't know that all of the conversations that he and I have been having, all of them are recorded. And all of those messages are also available. You dare not try to hate a person that you cannot sustain the battle. You cannot, Koijee. And so Koijee called me that I should go alone to meet him. Prior to that meeting, Koijee had called me to another meeting across the bridge, where when I went there, I met a lot of other people, food were prepared and a lot of other things. And I also got a tip not to eat, and I didn't eat in that meeting. The following day, on a Sunday, the 13th of November, I have all of the messages. Koijee called me to meeting at Koijee Hospital Junction and to come alone. Why should I come alone? Was a question that I asked to myself. However, I got another call from the NSA and the EPS. And I'm going to call people new in the EPS who were hired to kill me. Maybe Koijee doesn't know that I know a lot of stuff. And I'm sure he also knows, because I've been with Koijee for too long. And you dare not threaten me or dare not get on my nerves. And so I went to the Koijee Hospital that day with the anticipation that Koijee was going to make intervention, as he told me not to go public on the show. Only to have received information from NSA. In fact, of the 3 top persons in NSA, I received information from one of them. Of the 3 top persons in NSA, Koijee had hired a taxi. Koijee drove in a taxi along with a killer to get me eliminated. Koijee was parking right to Abia, right in front of, when you bend in to go to Koijee Hospital, there's a drugstore there called Abia, in a taxi. How did I know? I got a tip-off from the EPS and the NSA. So what did I do? I didn't go alone. I took along with me a friend who's still in Liberia, who Koijee know very well, and Koijee is not comfortable with. And I did it intentionally. And I drove the car. I was in the government car, and I parked right by the taxi. And I knew Koijee was in the taxi. And I opened the both door of the taxi, and I and the guy started to talk, to tell him that Koijee sent for me and other things. And I started to act like I'm talking on the phone with somebody else. Immediately, Koijee left with the taxi, because he knew apparently there was no way to get me. I would have probably been dead. They would have killed me and maybe run with the car and say the car made accident and I died. I've had a lot of experiences of Koijee even wanting to kill me. But yet, I am Koijee, have come a long way. And so I say I will not say certain things. But we will show you videos, pictures in the coming days. I don't just talk. Those who know me, I talk and present facts and evidence.
That's true. We know
And
you for that.
what I will say to you for a fact, Koijee knows he's being investigated. And Koijee knows it's coming closer to him. For whatever reason he intends to get at some of us, he's missed the mark. I'm well protected. I'm not
Thank
an
you, Alex.
assassin. I'm a
Thank you.
professional person.
Thank you very much, Alex. Let me bring in Mr. Sakor. You are muted, Mr. Sakor. Can you unmute?
Yeah, okay, thank you. I say, thank you very much, Stan. I think Ava and I met in Koijee's office on 1 or 2, 3 occasions, but we never had the time to have any conversations. You know, the CDC business when in India hate too much, you know, it can be easy. Yeah, but anyway, Big Brother, he just said something great. This is the thing.
I see why your face. I see why your face look familiar, Sheikh.
Tom got to the US, and Koijee got information that Tom has been revealing some very sensitive information that Koijee has threatened the family of Tom in Liberia. So based upon that, so as to release a little bit of tension on his family, Tom had to let out some of the recording out to him. The reason why Tom had to send the information that his family were threatening that Koijee said he will silent his family if at all he doesn't return or if at all he keeps talking. And information received that Tom has been offered some huge money to go back home, and which of course he accepted. But Tom is not aware that a lot of information was being obtained unknowingly, from investigators of trying to snitch like what he did, you know. So that's why, when it comes to security, we balance it. But this is the thing. People may yeah.
Go ahead. We can hear you.
You're calling. Yeah, I mean, they got some people. They will be calling you. They know that you're on the show, and they still calling you.
They don't want you to
You know.
talk.
So this is the thing. What is more important right now as to can you hear me?
Yes, you are loud and clear.
Got the people doing that thing. They already meant to talk.
All right, so while we're gonna wait for Sako to get back, Fagon, how about Tugba, Fadika, Alex, Remy gonna be coming back shortly. It's 6 o'clock. It's after 6 here. That will be after 10 in Liberia. We got about 23 more minutes to go. We have a lot of information, folks. A lot. Tom was monitored. He was monitored seriously. He's still being monitored. Yeah. Imagine. I don't want to say it, but the very cell phone Tom was using, it was bugged. Seriously, the information I'm receiving, I was like, wow. So I just thought that the government through Koijee, at least they were going to just take the time to be very careful, because we had to protect some of this information. And on the serious note, that's exactly what happened. But these things are scary. These things are something that we all, we all need to write it around. What he said, and at that point, the recording, the information about Gloria Musun Scott, and, the allegation Tom is making about Gloria Musun Scott's daughter, that would be discussed later, because those information are here. But I was praying that we shouldn't get to this time, man. You guys can take it away, but I just thought that we're just going to find a way
I think
really
the
have a
public
good
need.
conversation.
No, but yeah, go ahead. That was
I think the public need full disclosure because even the Gloria Mususka son, it confuses you because don't guys then low suspicious for some reason. But man, you guys will not be doing justice to the public if you guys don't share all the information. I mean,
not even all.
But listen, but Fadika, I can only give what I'm authorized to give. But what I hear.
But who the authority?
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Hello. Hello. Yeah, let me just come in a minute. My network is so bad because there's some very important issue that we don't conclude on. Right? Like I said, I mean, Koijee just coming out a little bit, and which of course we're going to be very sensitive to what we let out here. I'll be very frank. We're not going to be very unprofessional like them, the way they took the Liberian people. In as much as the city government has failed, rule of law has failed, we're not going to join them in breaking the last rule of law to turn our country into something different. We all believe in the democratic process. But this is the thing. What is more concerning right now about Jefferson Koijee bringing in weapons? It is the fact that the director of police in person of Patrick Sulu, who controls the first point of contact to sustain law and order when there's instability in the country, is also involved and aligned. He's aligned with Mr. Koijee in all of our investigations made based on all of the terrorist cells that have been established by Mr. Koijee in the political subdivision of the Republic of Liberia, where they're going to arm those young men they trained that are armed robbers, criminals, killers, former fighters. Don't be surprised on election day. You will see men coming out fully attired in ballistic jacket. They will have primary and secondary weapons. They will be carrying combat and they will be wearing face masks. You're never going to know where they come from. All is to instill fear in the Liberian people. But like we said, we just came out a little bit based on the fact that Koijee just came out to talk. We just want to tell you, say, shut your mouth. Koijee, there's a lot on you. There's a lot concerning national security in that country. We are concerned. In as much as we want your government out, we want your government out democratically, and let it be a free and fair democratic election, and let there be a neutral security force to lead us to election. But this is the thing. We will definitely in subsequent time come back on the show to discuss security before election, where we're going to delve into the issue of the National Security Sector Reforming Act implementations, some of the things all made it when they were there, and then the blueprint they left that the Liberian National Police or the security apparatus needed to work with so as to maintain law and order, which Gregory Coleman, head of the Liberian National Police in 2017, implemented to have a successful transition of power. And then we'll be talking about election today and security today. Do we have a neutral security force that can lead us into election? These are some of the questions we'll be asking. And then there we'll be providing some of the evidence also about how unprofessional Patrick Suru has been, how he has pushed professional men in Liberian National Police to become unprofessional because they want to do their job, he can get them their job. But trust me, this is not just Koijee alone. What should be concerning now to the Liberian people is that Koijee, Director Patrick Suru is aligned with Koijee based on the investigation done and evidence obtained. Look, we will not let this evidence out there, trust me. And we will not come on a public platform to speak on things that we don't know or things that we don't have. But trust me, Liberian people should be concerned. The opposition should be concerned. I mean, for our Senate, it's quite enough that even a senator who, can't understand the issue, will understand that Patrick is very inept. And the ineptitude of Patrick is definitely going to lead our country into a problem. Because he and Jefferson Koijee, they are in cahoots with the arms being brought to the country. He serves as a coverage for Jefferson Koijee, and also the malicious cells that have been established in the 15 political subdivision. He's also the way. So these are concerning issues, but I think I want to be home, well relaxed on a computer, where we can talk about security before election. These are very important issues. But for now on, we don't want to let it out there to the Liberian people. Hello, I dare Patrick Suru and his men on this show, if they ever come out with any report concerning Gallow death that is not factual, we'll come out with the realities. That's what I can say.
Sako, thank you very much. And I know we're going to move on tomorrow. I hope we're going to have more of those information shared with you guys, that you guys can have access to them and that we can discuss them tomorrow. It is very, very important. Very, very important, folks. I know you want us to just display everything. I cannot. We are restricted to only give what we can give. Again, if Jefferson Koijee, his press conference today, what's everything he played? I had no interest. Because I know that it was going to come out some way, somehow. But we had to do what we had to do today. I'm going to finish up the last recording, the one that I played first.
Before you go to that recording, can I ask you a question, Stanton?
Go ahead, Ava.
Are you guys aware of the they took Musu fingerprint?
Say that again.
You saw that it took her fingerprint and she's supposed to be arrested. Did you hear about that?
Well, I have no confirmed information on that. I have no confirmed information on that, Ava.
To arrest a person, and the person doesn't give you a lead to arrest who did the eye. It only gave you scientific reasons on how the person died. Look, let me tell you, Liberians will wake up to this. They play with the death of so many people in that country, but this one will be the last one they will ever play with. Trust me. There are reasons why they keep delaying. There are reasons why they keep dragging their feet. Because the moment they want to come to a
again, his internet.
Somebody else said that Jeremy the show. Jeremy the show.
Let me come in and say this. I wanted to say something.
hours of the morning to
wait.
contact. The man who drove Valley Teller in the early hours of the morning. We were tracking the phone. I am telling you, we were tracking the phone. And if you follow Spoon, we made an announcement that Valley was on her way to Ganta. Remember? Alpha Diga, you remember? Who was the driver? Thomas Gallow. Who was he supposed to get Teller to? Zogbea.
But let me say something, guys. We gotta go.
Question then: did Thomas let you know? Because supposedly
that story, let the government come. We boxing. When the government punch before the hand go back, we punch.
No man, I'm the referee. I can put some hand down.
Okay,
look. You never see the boxing match. The referee when they put your hand down.
But guys, hold on 1 minute, Ava.
Yes,
Ava, hold on 1 minute. Your question is legitimate. Can you pull on your clock? We've already got to go. Each person 1 minute, real quick. Do you have that clock with you?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you, Ava.
Look, I must tell you, Stanton, the people praised the show yesterday. About 5-6 person called me, how the clock caused the show to be disciplined.
Yeah.
UG,
because I know we're about to go into it. Guys. I want to let go. I want to give 2 minutes to Sheik and 2 minutes to Alex real quick because they have to go.
Right.
They have to go. Then from there, tomorrow will be interesting. We got 3-4 different recordings and documents that we'll be showing to you. If for any reason Jefferson Koijee say these things are not true, they are false, like a lot of the government officials, the ministers, senators, and representatives reaching out to me right now. I say, if for any reason you want to dispute this, fine, you can do it. But we have Tom Gallow. He stay alive. He's here in America. We have the information, his voice, all the document, because he was trying to be monitored, and you can go talk to him. He worked with Jefferson Koijee. I don't know him from anywhere. I saw him one time, met him once. I don't know him. You can talk to him. If everything he said is a lie, go and talk to him. Those are the allegations he bringing on Jefferson Koijee. Don't blame the network. Tom, the gentleman that was there with Jefferson Koijee on that famous interview, talking about Gloria Musso-Scott's situation in Valley Talent. Who told Councilor Verdier, Jerome, that these things happened, and Verdier said the allegation was Valley Talent. Who told him? Who were with Jefferson Koijee that was spilling the beans?
That's true. The turnaround
You got to understand this. Who gave all this information? So what we are sharing with you is no game, but a game. Hold your horses. Hold your horses.
Look at this
information going to come out.
CEO, I just sent you a picture that I want you to put out when I'm talking, please.
Okay, 1 minute. Sakwa, real quick, my brother, you got to leave because I know you're on the road, but talk to us.
Well, thank you very much. Let me just watch it real quick because I might probably go off again. I was at the point where we're talking about the fingerprint of the former Chief Justice being taken. But there are reasons why they're not going to come out to arrest her immediately. Because, trust me, they don't have any culpable evidence to say that she did it. And then furthermore, we are also aware of what we call consensual culpability. That is, the government have instituted some measures where people will come to get affirmative to committed a crime, knowing that even if they are adjudicated and sent for correction, they're not going to serve because they work along with the government. So all of these methods, like I said, we will not talk too much because you start talking too much, you get a sense again to go and do another thing. You get me right? But we are aware of a lot of things the government is trying to do just to shift the actual argument on who is the doer and who has been the doer of most of the murder that have happened in that country. But trust me, I want to say to the Liberian people, all is not lost. In as much as the administration is doing everything possible to convince the public out there that they are not rebellious, they are not notorious. But trust me, there are a lot of overwhelming evidence of the government involvement into a lot of things. And the worst of everything is the police, that is our first point of contact, have lost the first two forces in the rule of engagement. First two forces in the rule of engagement, you got 5 forces you apply when you are instilling law and order. Number 1 is your uniform present. Number 2 is your voice of command. Then you go to number 3 where your tactical approach, tools and stuff. Number 4, which could be unlethal foes. using tear gas, and then number 5, deadly force, which you use something. The police have lost the first 2 forces, as you know. Uniform presence. When there's issue right here, as soon police appear, low, they roll everything coming again. Meaning the uniform presence of a police is not even
I mean, the
effective.
message of time off.
We
The
we're not even
message
talking
of
about
time off.
voice of command. Voice of command have been lost. Now the police is really depending on lethal force, and depending on an lethal force in a country wherein the police has compromised the operation along with the militia group, our country is into serious trouble. And we're asking the international community to get involved to make sure that we instill proper law and order and neutralize the police before election. Thank you.
Sakop, thank you very much. We appreciate you. So thank you. I know we're going to have you back again tomorrow when we go to the second page of this conversation. Okay, we're going to have you. We'll say, man, be safe out there. Thanks a lot. Thanks,
All right.
Sakop. Yes, sir.
Thank you, Sakop.
Let's go to Alex. Alex.
I send you a photo of one Arbor Sipo do. Can you place it out?
You got to send it to James, Alex. I don't know how to put these pictures up.
Because I think you can be going ahead and talk. It's very important before I close.
Alex, we're about to finish. Your time is running.
I can't put my picking on. I can't cheat the man.
Anyway, but here's the thing. You know,
man, 1 minute, 30 seconds up.
Yeah, I know. You know, maybe we'll talk more about this because I'm tense right now. You know, why am I bringing that photo out? Is that you know when you had the press MCC had a press conference, one of what they said was that only Thomas Gallow in the police said the police had gone. I was presenting to you an evidence to show that not only Thomas Gallow has gone in the police, in the city police, and I was showing you the assistant director for community policing at the Monrovia City Corporation with a gun on his side. And I will bring a lot of other pictures of people in the Monrovia City Police who are carriers of weapons. That's the first thing I want to make. The second thing is I want to say to Mayor Koijee that I don't know where he drank or I don't know what he was thinking on to have start to attack people like us. I got a call from someone who wanted to ask me of help, how his family could get out. I provided that assistance to him to the best of my knowledge. And I also know for a fact what was going on, and I was instructed to record him. I also know for a fact that most of what is being played is doctor, because I listened to a portion of it. It is absolutely erroneous than what I said. But we will provide more evidence in the coming days to show to the Liberian people and the world at large who Mayor Koijee actually is. I'm not going to finish my time. Thank you so much for the time, and may God richly bless every one of us.
So you save your time for tomorrow, right?
Exactly.
You save 27 seconds. You say, I will
Now,
mark it down.
the man yield his time to me.
No. Don't do that, Tabata.
Are you the town garbage can? Are you the town garbage can? Anybody through town or it comes to you?
Alex, thank you very much. Alex, thank you a lot. We appreciate you.
No, I must commend Alex, right? Because all the time we talk, Alex never said one word. All the time he was going through the trial, he never said one negative word about Koijee the whole time that we're talking.
But let me say this, guys. It's very important as we leave because we got 6 more minutes. You can stay on if you want, but I got 6 more minutes. And I know Fagon want to talk about the meeting between Belity and Yombly today. I tell you, man, it's interesting. I'm disappointed, folks. I am disappointed regardless of where we find ourselves today. And I hope somebody can bless Koijee with more wisdom. That sometimes he be very careful. The Bible said be very quick to hear but slow to speak. You know, he have to be slow in speaking because there's no way you will come up with somebody in a meeting. The beginning was selling you out. And, you know, I got to mute everybody. Somebody is talking in the back. The beginning was selling you out, and he did. He sold you out. We got to pray for Tom and his family. We have to. I'm not blaming him, though. There's a lot of information out there now. Imagine he was right there with Koijee. In the morning, in the evening, at night, he was there with Koijee. He talked about the arms and ammunitions. He talked about those that around Koijee, over 70 armed men. He talked about issues surrounding going to Ganta with Valiteri. He talked about Musa Dane. Koijee doesn't respect the justice minister. Liberia National Police. Koijee care less about them. The only person Koijee will ever even give small respect to is the president. Sport, he been there. Koijee can do anything. Anyway, anyhow. So it's discouraging, folks. Let's put Liberia first. So when some of my friends come and say, why CEO do this? Forget it. I'm not the CEO. Call me Stanton. Put Liberia first. We kept this information. I begged Sako. I begged Eugene. I even spoke to Tom. So what you want? He said, I want to seek political asylum. He said, I don't want to go back. I want my family to go to Nigeria. I said, I can rally some of my friends to help you. I don't have money right now. And this boy is begging that they're going after his wife and his children. He begging. All these things are on tape. I wish him well. I wish his family well. And I hope we all can understand. It's nothing personal. But truth be told, it's all about Liberia. If you don't want to be my friend no more, don't be my friend. If you don't want to call me, don't call me. It's okay. I have nothing to offer you. I will try my best to help the best way I can. I will beg people if they can help you, they help you. But this information must be discussed. We have to. So I say to all those that wish me well on my birthday, I say thank you. To all those that wish me evil on my birthday, the evil go back to you, back to sender. To all those that are in prayer with me, may God hear your prayer. And to all those that pray in bad prayer for me, may God grant you a bad reward on your prayer. We love our country and we wish everyone well. But we will always give you the truth, nothing but the truth. After election, we're going to do a kumbaya. I'm not doing this because of election. Joe, we are winning elections. That's fine. That's what the Liberian people want. Joseph Boakai win election. Thank God, Mr. Cummings. Beautiful. Liberia will always be Liberia. But there should be no one person that will keep our country on a hostage. There should be no one person, whether now or tomorrow. I hope the government can look into these allegations, and I hope they can question Tom, because it is important. He got a lot of information, and he wants to speak, Irami Gray. He wants to share this information. If he can come and look for me, and look for Fagon, and begging to talk, and begging for security, and begging, imagine. Seriously, he begging. He said, I must do this. He said, CEO, I watch you every day. When we leave from the Monrovia City building, we shed tears. Because Liberians need to hear you. May God bless you guys, man. And may God keep you guys.
Can you
Y'all have
gotta
a good
be
night.
on. You gotta be on. I have 1 minute 30 seconds to ask the guy, where you going? Okay. Please, Stanton, just stay on, please.
Yeah, 1 minute because now they called me. Yes. Go ahead.
Yes, please. I have something to say to you guys, and that's why I asked you purposefully to stay on. I wanted to even sing the song that my grandfather taught me. As we entered the TGIF and we sat down, and the reason why I want Stanton to hear it, there are men and there are boys. There are men and there are boys. As we sat to the table and ordered our drinks, the man that were bringing the drink, we were bringing water for Stanton. I called for a Michelob Ultra. And he was bringing water for our man. And he was bringing a can, Guinness.
A bottle of Guinness card. A bottle, not a can.
Yes, a bottle, thank you.
For Tom.
For Tom. As he was approaching us, nothing tripping.
Everything fell.
Everything came down to the ground. The bottle turned. The water bottle turned. It was
Spain.
It spun around and pointed directly to the table. A couple of other things happened. And I want to say this before you. Thomas Gallow, said, and I quote, "This is a sign." And he says, somebody got to be here. After we had the conversation, and I wanted to say this to Stanton, I was waiting for the day. Gallow got up to go to the bathroom, if you recall.
Yep.
Gallow used his right hand and tapped me on my back. You can ask him. When he came back, I said, sit down. He said, why you can't talk? I said, because you know. You still want to argue? He said, no. All right, that's all I got to say. Let's proceed.
Thank you very much. I remember what you just said.
That mean nothing to us?
No. There's a reason why he's saying it. Ava, I don't know whether you grew up in the interior, but you're right. Because he wasn't there to eat the burger, Ava, so don't get mad.
No, man.
Ava, don't get mad because he wasn't there to eat the burger. That's okay. I understand what Fagon said is true. All the drinks, everything spilled out, and, and again, I told them, I said, I don't believe in these things. These are superstitions.
Exactly.
I really don't care. I told them that. I said, listen, we're going to have this meeting and we're going to move on. But guys, please, if you know Tom Gallow, pray for him, pray for his family. Remember him. If you can talk to him, talk to him.
And he's free to contact us. We're still willing to beg friends to help him.
It is important that we put Liberia first. Have a wonderful evening, guys. I wish to see you guys tomorrow. Till we meet again, let God bless us all, yeah?
Bye. I'll see you. We still got a few more minutes to talk about the meeting. We might talk about the meeting or might leave it.
I will
No,
grant you.
I wanted to put you on this part.
Explain something. You're not free. You're not free to go. They have story you're telling you. You think we're here for that?
I wanted to give you information. I mean, make a comment regarding
I beg you, let me come back. I beg you, let me come back. The man said, no, I've waited and left. Then you want to talk Tabata. Then you want to talk Tabata. He said, I have story.
Okay, let's take a poll on this show. Remy, that whole story, did people tell you, yeah?
No, that's half story.
The second half story.
But nobody said that whole story, Ava.
I say false. I say false.
Ava, let me say this to you, Ava. I know you from the other side of the political arena, but I still respect you. I'm going to share some of the information with you guys, but we have to be very careful.
I agree.
Because we are all fast to put things on social media. Ava, it has security implications. You know I like to talk. Imagine we're talking about, we had this information a long time, Ava. Did I ever make mention of it?
No.
The only reason we said it because Joseph went on show.
Because
I was never going to say it.
As prepared as your word with your presentation and selectively giving stuff, it couldn't have been just now that you got it.
No, I have it. It's here. Ellis called me in the morning. One morning, Ellis said, CEO, Gao want to talk. I said, Ellis. He said, yeah. I said, I do not talk to Gao except Sako, Fagon, or other people on the phone. So I'm going back to bed. I choose Gao called me directly 3 times. I look in your face, I say, I will never talk to you directly, except those people on the call. But let me say this to you. Time and season in life is important. I will share some of the information with you guys. If you put it out there, it's on you. But you got to be very careful because this is Eva Labiro. Gloria Mususka, look out front page newspaper today. Ronnie says, running with the story. What did he say? Go on front page newspaper and see what Ronnie said. This is what he said today, because he just sent it to me. He said, who's holding up the charges? You get Musa Dane and you get Patrick Sudu and you get Gloria Scott. Who's holding up the charges? There's a reason why. Somebody not talking. Must I be the one to talk with all the information we got? We got to be careful, guys. These are allegations, but I'm not going to dive into those things. Again, you will not call me back. You can say what you want to say, Ava, I'm gone. Bye-bye.
Just say the man birthday cake rotting. You see him coming by again.
You know, Fangon, what I wanted to say is this. One of the only asset that people like Councilor Verdier depend on his personality, one, and his integrity. When he appeared here, the way he spoke, I believe that he had very intelligence. Very intelligence is like you hearing it from the source.
Yeah.
Not something that's relayed. Mm-hmm. You know, the way he spoke with detail. And I think just today alone, the presentation somehow vindicated him, because there were lots of folks who thought he was telling spider story, but I know that man could not come on this international wire and give us false information. He was working from, a source that was so reliable, that was closer to the situation, because something happened last night, and in details, someone just come and reveal it. So I'm kind of happy for him, in the sense that a lot of people, he took a lot of beatings from people because some folks felt like he was lying. Oh, maybe some people started even accusing him that he knows something, and he was just trying to tell us that, hey, this thing happened, and yes, how it happened, because maybe he had access to people like Thomas Gallow, and so on and so forth. But I want to say, kudos to him, because at least so far, what he told us, you understand, is beginning to all piece up. And I wish we can get him back, so that he can tell us and say, you see, I told you, but no one.
He will even have more than that, because since Thomas Gallow arrived, he has been talking to Verdier.
Yeah.
On a daily basis, he sought Verdier's counsel. He told me that multiple times. Sometimes I will ask you, did you speak to Verdier today? He said, yeah, me and the public talk, everything on course, probably taking care of everything. Look, man. But let's go to Al Hussein from Al Hussein Isaac. And if you guys want us to go to the phone lines, then we will go to the phone lines.
I think we should go to the phone line, but let me just say something.
Just say something, then we'll go to the lines.
Let each person say something. They may not talk. Let our two talk, then we'll go to the phone line.
So I followed the website for that, a company that was sent, and those guys they are engaged in some strange things, I was looking at the website. That's why I've been doing here, playing around the website. Some of the things that company involved in is scary though. If they're really seeking the expertise, because it looked like a security consulting firm, and I think they do a lot of. And I saw a link there with Paul Biya about them curving riot in Cameroon. And then he mentioned some other African countries that have used their service, how they engage in active surveillance, spotting people within the crowd. So I'm like, these guys have no intention of relinquishing power. This is an administration that is digging in deep, and like Samuel Toy said in one of his many speeches, that it will be there for 24 years. This is what I've seen. In fact, the one that I saw, the worst last one was the border security. We have, I don't know what we say the police be doing in with a firm that does border security. Are they expecting something? Is there a certain threat? And then today's Verdier something. In America, they say the devil is in the detail. There is always the more information that you bring up, the more information that you make available, people can make decisions. For me right now, I'm still on the fence. There are certain key information, and And we're gonna keep. For me, once I'm giving small information, then I get more keywords. I want to dig and dig and dig and dig, and I won't stop digging until we get to the bottom of it.
Let's
But
go
I
to
think,
Alpha.
yeah, we got more to this story.
Well, there are two things I want to know. Maybe Eugene, saying you are monitoring, you can answer. When Thomas was taking Valitele to the border, did he explain to you all the situation with the tear gas that was supposed to in eye? Was he experiencing pain during that time frame? Do you know?
I will not speak further to that.
Okay.
Strategy you're coming to here now?
No, but we're talking the back, but not on the front.
Oh, okay. That's fine with me.
You gotta understand the national security implications.
Right.
But anyway,
right.
let's go to the line. If the guys are in
Let's go to the line. I'll wait for I gotta see it later.
The juicy news about the whole political arena was killed tonight. Juicy news. The fastest meeting in Liberian political history. 1 hour and 1 minute 16 seconds. It was the meeting held between Senator Nyomli Kanga Lawrence, and Chairman Musa Hassan Bility. It lasted 1 minute 16 seconds.
You're not going to the lines?
We're going to the lines. We're waiting for the guys in studio to come forward.
Okay.
James Goodday, Flomo, whoever is in studio in Monrovia, link us with the people. James Goodday, call your man on so he can link us. Diamond Slanger. I like the way Diamond can come on. You don't come on because he knows he can be involved with clandestine activities. Diamond, are you there? Diamond, are you there?
Wow.
All right, folks, so you can keep a calls coming to 0777771075. Let's go to the line right now and bring you this person right here. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, Neil, where you joining us from?
Yeah, I'm Deacon Edward calling from Herbert County, Country.
Okay, let's hear you.
Yeah, I need to say deep breath because information that your layout today is very scary. How we're sitting over the country that people undermine our peace. My brother, very scary. So I stand for the station that God continues to bless him. And Eugene Fatou, I think, is a great man in politics also. So I thank God, let God bless you, and let God keep us.
Okay, thank you, sir. Let's go to this person right here. Hello? 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 Hello?
A pleasant good evening to you.
Okay, what's your name? Where you joining us from?
This is the voice of activist Jeremiah T. Kuba, and I called you from my residence here in Addington Estate.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
Let me say thanks to all of the panelists, and happy birthday to the CEO who just left. As it relates to the information I released, they are very troubling, and what I have to say is this. All of the panelists, including CEO, you guys are all experienced people. So I want to urge you guys, the information, please preserve some because it is very troubling for our country. Some people don't have the mind to withhold this information. Please don't mind. Koijee who is very inexperienced and he doesn't know what he's doing. So please preserve some for the sake of the country until the appropriate time to have it released in totality. Thank you so kindly.
Okay, thank you, my brother. Let's go to the line and bring this question right here. Hello? All right, let's take this question on this line. Hello? Okay, let's bring this person right here. Hello?
Yeah, hello. That's it. Calling 9th Street.
Okay.
Okay, I want to take a look at information, please. Repeat Tom Gallow, just for data. And number two, the meeting between Musa Bility and Ghana today and Dara forming Ghana yesterday. The all started with Musa Bility taking the full step before the Dara law very frank when Kumu was there. Thank you to thank you.
Okay, thank you, my brother. Let's go to this line and bring you this question right here. Hello. Hello. Hello, are you there? Okay, let's bring you this question right here. Hello. Hello. Yeah, your name, where you calling us from? Okay, let's hear you, brother.
To the issue of once the war is few that there's going to people there's a model of one that is a model in the country. So it goes down so that right when the people are people what's going on? You got one of the we listen to the other night of people are doing a better still the better to do the information. You don't know what the is in the country. I mean, the president seems that was George. We have everything doing to the same thing. You're killing people that have not justice. But I can tell you, the not getting paid to the justice is not going to go into the go to discuss the justice.
Okay, thank you there. Let's bring you this question right here. Hello.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Thank you very much. This is Sales of the Suspect, Oracle. And I call for EOW Rehab this evening. Let me say a big thank you to the former CEO and other guys on the platform. And then, you see this guy called Koijee. The real name is Koijee. You may not really know him in person, but there is one guy in Brazil who is the head of the physical education department. He's the first founder of Koijee. He shot us down and explained to us about Koijee. I think that is very desperate. And then there are other things that I think some of us have, and then I think we'll be able to reveal to the public because he provided some things to us when we went to him at the university campus. Yeah, he's not the university where he's the first one. He's not the real first one. He took care of Koijee from the baby time up to the adult time. He explained there are so many things he provided that we can make to the available to the public as well. Thank you very much this evening.
Okay, thank you, my brother. Let's bring this question right here. Hello. Hello. Hello, are you there?
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, let's hear you alive.
Oh, my name is Efficient. I do join you from the Thailand road around where I like.
Okay, go ahead.
I want to contact guys for the information. First, I may disagree with the quarter that said information should be reserved. You know, when you're living without information, you are in darkness. And when you live without information, you get performed. When these things are coming up, we know how to take precaution, and once that thing is exposed, they will not be able to do what they want to do. So, for me, what I have to say tonight is that God is not in there. Everything that Georgia and people doing in the country, people will link their information and they will be disgraced in public that the country will not go back to where it came from. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you there, my brother. Let's bring you this question right here. Hello? Hello?
Evelyn.
Okay, what's your name? Where you joining us from?
Thank you. Emmanuel M. Tokpa Jr., preferably called CRC of the Interledger Cloud, District number 14. And I join you from a resident in the community. Well, let me appreciate your panelists. And I think to go straight to the point, this guy is very desperate. In his desperation, he has been able to his stories. I'm speaking of your former CEO who gave fake credentials to people in the US for such reasons.
Okay, let's take this person right here. Hello. What's your name? Where are you joining us from?
Oh, thank you very much. Oh, this is Bobby Abu Meska. Oh, I do join the conversations this evening from District 6. Oh, as the cover. Let me appreciate the panelists tonight for the topic of the discussion. Oh, you see, when it comes to the level of Mr. Koijee, it is not strange to some of us because Koijee name, since the genesis of this government, the name Koijee has become a terrible name in our country. and we cannot say for a mayor, to zero people in the country for no reason. Where's Koijee? You're the ball power making the ball so strong. Koijee is still one of the greatest schools in the country, the State University, who has men, intellectual men that is supposed to lean on for rather bringing rebel leader against us who has damaged this country. Barricades itself forgettable. The city today, or our city as dirty, but pay attention how to kill human beings, getting able to make human beings able to give the life of people. So this information is supposed to be having. We should be in the know because one of the parents said that they want to dress people time for election to put fear in the citizen. These are things we're supposed to know. We're supposed to be in the know that when anything happens, it shouldn't be screeched to all. So information dissemination, it should be straight to some of all that tomorrow our people will be able to tell our family everywhere they go in the see proper there, let them call upon us to come because the election they can't be desperate for power, they unfit to rule the country because they have zero knowledge when it comes to politics. We don't need them no more. October 10, we will put them out. Because incompetence people.
Okay, brother, thank you very much. Let's bring this person right here. Hello.
We'll take two more because we gotta go.
Okay, sir. Let's talk to this person right here. Hello.
Thank you. My name is Koijee Kanga Jengeli, and I call from the Sympathy Elected Lord Member District, District number 10.
Okay.
Elected community.
Okay, let's hear you.
The issue of Senator Kanga and the Senate Communist meeting today. Well, the Senate Community we have a good international relationship, although as I said, if you are going to Kanga Lawrence, which was the Bassa, are not even benefited anything from what she has been at the Senate more than a decade because of one bill passed. And it was a kind of temple in the kind of record she had. If she preserved, she would not knock down on somebody here. And then move besides the Bassa people, because some of problem in Bassa. And then I hear what is before best. Let me just put it in the English way. So what people I was seeing before we want to follow the Kanga law, who is very divisive, who is very arrogant, who shall never ever give them Grand Bassa County or report more than 10 years at the Senate. And she just laid out a movie star. And then you see the Bassa for me. No calm down. Gary the man against Bassa. At that time, I need from both parents. So,
okay, brother, we appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Let's bring you this last caller right here. Hello, Yanni, where you joining us from?
Hello?
Yeah, Yanni, where you joining us from?
I'm Joseph, and the body is coming from Contention Room.
Okay, Joseph, let's hear you.
Let me say this. We need to be very, very careful. And back home, you know the people that you're supporting today, back home, that be real. People that you're supporting today, 8% we have to minister, none of them. And look at your friend, your man, like your person, Koijee.
That's not the topic. You supporting your own people too?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's talk about the topic. I'm fighting you for supporting your people, my brother.
But let it call it into. Let it talk.
Getting somebody to you want to talk about story on your friend, your man, and back home. Because of president, today people.
Okay, let's go to the international line now. James, you can take over from there.
All right. So to call, use +231 555 1111 99. Good evening. Hello. Boss, you have to cut off your receiver. All right. I'm sorry, I don't have much time. If you call, cut your receiver off, please.
And speak directly through your phone.
Yeah, you don't have to.
You can go back and monitor and hear yourself. But when you call, when they answer you, just use the phone. If you use your radio, it's about 10 seconds late.
Hello.
Hello.
Your name and where you calling from?
I'm Claudius Diaz. We're calling from Ohio, Columbus.
All right, you have 1 minute.
Yeah, I just want to say to the parents tonight that they never treated with the audience fair. If there was a coach who have a large conference today and start to say all those things he said and show all those videos, Why you guys are on the platform? I gotta inform the Liberian people so we can know to take prevention for tomorrow. Because you're talking about arms that came into the country who should be like in the arms. At the end of the day, you don't want to tell the real thing. How can we tell our people how to take precaution? You gotta clear that your key, pay the pieces to the place. If you're coming tomorrow, you don't want to just call the whole thing, you just leave it. I can't tell anything to be making her a friend.
All right.
I think it's important to tell that gentleman, if you know when Jefferson Koijee had the press conference, it took us by surprise. He was having it right in Monrovia, and 1 hour to the show, we have to prepare. Don't worry, the whole month you will get enough. Your girl will get full. More calls,
Hello.
about 3 more, so we can go.
Hello, how you doing?
Yeah, now about your name and where you calling from?
So my name is Water Cannot Test the Ground, calling from Minnesota.
All right, later when you get a real name, you can call back. Hello.
But that too, what are you throwing on the ground? What kind of thing is that?
Maybe the man said Walter, but he can pronounce it right.
He said water cannot touch the ground.
The kind of name we can see, yeah?
Yeah, your name and where you calling from?
Yeah, James Dowie.
All right, sir. Go ahead, make your point.
Yeah, my point is very important. It goes to Vatuba, it goes to Ahasa, it goes to Reverend Gray, it goes to the other panelists.
Everyone.
Look, Spoon FM, you guys got to do better there. You can't always be getting positive views and you play it down. When people are critical, then you cut them off. It's not right. You did it, the other guy that was calling, he was critical of the CEO, you cut it off. The other guy on YouTube Factor, you cut it off. And
because that is not our topic, sir. That is not our topic.
We get a set topic. If you go to the topic,
you will stay on. That's not our topic, sir.
all right, sir. The number is on the screen. People who say I should pin the number is right on the screen. Check on the screen. You're going to see the number. Good evening.
Hello.
Your name and where you calling from?
Hello.
What is your name and where you calling from?
My name is Wallace Briggs.
Okay, go ahead.
So I have a few concerns. So I am interested in the topic this evening in the conversation, but then I'm more concerned about why is it that the show has to wait until Mr. Koijee comes out with all this information, and we know that in Liberia usually people always run with the first news. I think right now you can see the comments, the skepticism people have with your information. So is it that you guys had this information and not wanted to share with the public because you was not sure of the accuracy of it or what?
All
so
right.
Maybe sometimes you guys need to be fair with the audience. If you have such a sensitive information, you spit it out, and then people can come out to make and justify their claims.
All right, they will respond. They will respond to you, sir. Good evening. The number is on the screen. If you see the number on the screen there, that's the number. Hello?
Yeah, hello?
Yes, sir. What is your name and where you calling from?
Okay, my name is Martin Willie and I called from South Korea this morning.
Yes, sir. Make a point.
Okay. Yeah, my point had to do with Mr. Fagon and hello?
Yes, sir. You are live. I think he called himself over.
All right. So if no, let's go to the closing. Isaac,
Let me get this one quarter.
Yeah, please. And after that, we go to the
Hello.
closing.
Hello.
6:59.
Yes, your name and where you calling from?
Yeah, my name is Augustus P. Flomo, and I'm a George U.S. supporter. Am I allowed to talk and you won't cut me off? Can I go on?
As though you will be polite, you will not cut you off. You misbehave, I cut you
I've always
off.
been polite anyway. Now, let me say this.
So you see, it came from his house, not me. All right.
All right.
I think it's never
for your
problem. All right,
timer.
sir.
And we'll start with, since you're keeping the time, we'll start with Remy Gray, then Al Hussein Fadiga, then we'll wrap up and say goodbye from my end. 2 minutes.
2 minutes? 2 minutes?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Well, I wanted to actually listen to the outcome of the meeting, the 1 point something minutes meeting. But, those are information others may want to hear. But regarding national security in Liberia, mostly we all have agreed that post-electoral violence sometimes can bring a country down. And there are lots of folks who may want to venture out there to vote on October 10th. But with these kinds of smoke screen in the air, sometimes it scares people away. And I just imagine under the state of terror right now for most Liberians when we're hearing this, we have a regime that is extremely vociferous. Let me use that big term, but I mean it's a violent regime, just like what used to prevail under Charles Taylor. And I can tell you, you can hold on to power, you can bring all the big guns, some of these weapons like an AK-56. Of course, that's a Chinese weapon. Are the Chinese coming in? Are they swapping weapons for some of our natural resources? Up in the Western cluster, there we do have Israeli farm. Are these people coming in exchanging those kinds of weapons for our natural resources? There has to be some level of exchange going on, in the black market. That probably where these people are getting their supplies from. But I can just imagine how much they have stock ready, to leash those kinds of things against our people who will be going out there to vote. So hopefully we keep on this discussion so that we can hear more.
Hussein?
Yeah, Rem, just to agree with you, during the Taylor regime, every ministry, the Freeport, telecom, I think they had cachet of arms to all those different areas. And I worked for MBI at that time, and I will know some of these things. And everywhere they had you cachet of arms. And this just remind me of the Taylor regime. But I wish we could play those tapes. It is based on what I know about information and how dangerous it can be. Look, the spin cycle now in the media is very short. Anything you post, social media, people can distort it. You don't want to leave any question mark. I know you guys trying to be very cautious, but I think we'll be doing this service to the Liberian people. It won't put it all there. I don't know the reason. I won't force you guys. I'm sure there's a good reason behind this, and I'm not going to push it any further. But I don't like speculation. I like to have all the information available to me and then make informed decision. Because, like I say in America, the devil is in the detail. As far as that, and chairmanability meeting today, I don't know. We want to see these things happening. Another thing again that I thought we would talk about today, Madam Edith Gonglo Wure. I don't know what I pronounced her last
Where
name.
W-E-H, where?
Wait.
Yeah, she made some damning allegation that I thought would have drawn into that too. So we mess up a lot of things because we went through this rabbit hole chase with Jefferson Koijee. But I hope tomorrow will be better. I'm still scratching my head, and we're gonna do more digging. I will reserve some of my comments for that. Yeah.
How about you, Newton? Yeah, you put on now when it made a sound, I would know.
I'm not muted.
Go ahead.
Okay. So the reality of the situation for me is we need more facts. Even the intro, I'm not sure what Jefferson Koijee said today or did today, but some of the comments are looking at seem like this is a reaction to Jefferson Koijee making some attacks or making some statement about whatever. So I will try to go back and listen to Jefferson Koijee and try to get an understanding of it. And hopefully it will provide some clarity about what's going on here. So, and hopefully I'll be able to talk to Alex later and get a better understanding of, what's happening, what's going on. because all the time he was going through the religious struggles, he never shared with me those threats on his life. And so it was a little surprising for me that he would come up with that. And especially since he never said anything negative about Koijee, even when I was questioning about, you know, the whole Valitele thing, if he think Koijee would really do that and stuff, he was not like, you know, saying anything is possible. So I hope, you know, he's at a peaceful place, and the threats that affected him during that time is not stay behind his family, because I believe some of them still there. With regards to what happened today, Eugene, there have been shorter meetings than 1 point whatever seconds, because sometimes it's just about the first statement that people make when it comes to reconciliation and, you know, trying to restart something. It can just turn the whole thing off. So all is not lost. I know you're happy and excited because of the meeting, but I believe as mature politicians, Chairman Belete and Yomdi Kanga can go, because it's important to have that political party structure in Liberia. You know, 4 parties. I know we want 2-party system, but 4 parties is okay. So hopefully they can resolve.
All right, folks. Thank you for joining us. Thank you. Good day. Thank you, Vatupa, Al Hussein Wa Vadiga, retired Colonel E. Remy Gray. To those of you out there, if we're telling you we knew these things and you are upset, you'll be upset for a long time, because we're not going to put everything outside. We'll bring them bits and pieces, bits and pieces. We are in a political season. Koijee cannot distract us. They kept say it's on Freedom FM. Did he eat with Thomas Gallow? That Koijee didn't supply recording for him to talk. But we don't want to start out with a man. We walk about with a man. We here with a man. Then you want to tell what we know? Listen to the recording. We get plenty. And Koijee did not know. Maybe Koijee thought he was dealing with a Beladen. But he met Veil. He met Veil there. The bed he lied down on, we had it taken care of. The room he slept in, his text messages, his WhatsApp, everything. Koijee, when you come into war, anticipate your opponent. So what you did today was an impromptu ceremony. But we wanted to get in your soul. So we cut us a small, just to torture you enough. What we brought us at, tomorrow we'll play the one about all the people you hire, who all you arm. We'll just be going small. We'll talk about the one where the president sleeping with a leg here then. All I want, we'll play it. We'll be doing it small. Then we'll be doing a video then small. Because we want you to feel it. That you mess with the wrong group of people. Now, today 2 things happen. The meeting with Nyombli and Ide Gongleo Wei. Tomorrow we'll start the program. It's political season. Koijee will not distract us. So we'll have a special session, maybe 30 minutes, and just call it the Koijee Files. And every time we break, we just bring something for Koijee Osa, his weapons, the pictures, the facts, everything. Then we go back to our political season. You don't fight and can. Why I want to know? We just play 2 for you and show you 1 document. You bring all. No. You guys will have the opportunity to follow the Koijee Files every evening right here on Spoon. You want to know about Koijee? This boy spilled everything. Everything. And you will get it. But we will keep with the political season because it's election time. Today, Isaac Atuba, you admit, it's a classic example. We left politics. We left Gongo Ware. We left the president coronation. We left everything. No. Spoon fans, Spoon listeners, those in Radio Land, we will keep our focus. But every day, y'all will hear small from Koijee. Every day, y'all will hear small from Koijee. And then you guys will get to decide. Until we meet again, I want to say thank you to Dama Slanger in studio, James Gude Flomo out there in the diaspora, Honorable Isaac Vatupa, Al Hussein Fadiga, and the Right Reverend Colonel Ed Remy, great. We want to say thank you for joining us. Stay tuned tomorrow as we'll be bringing you a couple of treats from the Koijee files. You will follow us every day. We'll have something for you. Until we meet again, pleasant good night, pleasant good evening, and a pleasant good morning from us here at Spoon.
All right, folks. Thank you so much. It was great being here with you. My name is James Samuel Gude Flomo. And before we go, the people, when I started telling Diamond, whole day you're coming here with birthday treat, the people say, okay, we're coming for you now. So one of our followers, Ma Jenison, wants me to send a pre-birthday greeting to his daughter, Favor Clark. Tomorrow is her birthday. I want to say happy pre-birthday to you, Miss Beautiful Favor Clark. Your father, that only name I know, my Jennings son. So your father should be Mr. Clark. Okay, your father Clark is doing this for you. He wants to tell you, I'm coming, bro. He wants to tell you happy birthday tomorrow. So we're doing it because tomorrow is your birthday. Happy pre-birthday to you and happy birthday to you when you are celebrating. So on that note, this is how we love to go home. And other folks also asking why you guys had to carry Koijee's press conference today. That is the media. We don't discriminate. We don't take the side to go. Even if you are attacking us, we owe to the public that responsibility to bring the information. So we had to carry the press conference. And tomorrow, even if Koijee is having rebuttal or whatever, he wants to react to what was said today, we will still go and carry Koijee live. There's no blackout on Koijee. We will carry his portion live, and those who will be accused, they will come and react to what Koijee will say. So if they will be reacting to each other, it will be reaction to reaction, reaction to reaction. We're not going to stop providing coverage on Koijee, and we will not do it to anybody. As long you will remain in the confines, we will not. Even if you are accusing everybody on Spoon FM or at Spoon Network, we will still provide coverage. Yeah, thank you. So on that note, I hope to see you all tomorrow. Bye-bye. Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, sir. A special one from the CEO, Stanton with the Spoon. And your boy, Friday the Southern Band. Charges on the beat. To get your information. To the Spoon to be part of